Chat, what up though? Um yeah. It's one of them things. I missed y'all. I know you probably like, bro, you just left. Like you ain't been gone that long. And I know, but still. I did. No. We're not wearing glasses. We not wearing glasses. Okay. So all right. Can I have a little space? Like, is that a thing? All right, bet. Step up with the shirt. Type. All right. Chat. Um, I'm gonna look at this one first. Sunny B2.
Joe Rogan made
Whoa, whoa. Joe Robe is crazy, by the way, for a name. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Uh, excuse me. All right, bet that. So look, we trying to give chat a little time to come in, see what we gonna do. I'm gonna get set though. So we got the Christian TikToker who was secretly a monster. Cause I didn't get finished looking at all my stuff yesterday. So yeah, we yeah, about to get done with that. Mm. Sleep. I bet that. All right, cool. Yeah, I know. I gotta say what's up to the chat before I really start. Each time before we start, bro, we gotta show love to the chat. Like it goes without saying. There we go. Bet that. All right. So yeah, this the Christian TikToker who was secretly a monster. Sunny B2 is hosting. So yeah, let's see what they're talking about, huh? All right. I don't know why I got this. Let's do it, chat. Y'all ready?
Joe Rogan made it seem like he was holier than holy. As a Christian youth pastor, he dedicated his TikTok to showing respect for women until 6 different people exposed him.
I'm sorry. I am already pausing. I know. Hold on, just bear with me, chat. But Christian youth pastor, there's some cringy about that. Can't you just be a youth pastor or just a pastor for the youth? Like, can't you just be a pastor, but you just happen to bring up the youth or something? Like, why you? Why it's got to be differentiated like that? Like, I don't know. My priest, I'm spiritual, so I'm not religious. So this is already just out of my realm for real, for real. But me, like my pastor, he took care of everybody. He wasn't just for the kids. He wasn't just for the adults. He wasn't just for the women. He wasn't just for the men. At least behind doors. I mean, in front of doors. Anyways, let me not. You know what?
For his own secretly terrible history. You could see the red flags in early tweets like this one. I am a Christian, and I support LGBTQ, and I support BLM, and I support people of other faiths, and I support a women's right to choose. The need to vocalize his own morality was almost strangely excessive, and his TikTok videos weren't any different. He wanted to punch all men who talked about how women dressed, while reminding his female followers that they had total control of their body. When he wasn't supporting women, it was instead minorities.
It's homophobia, racism, misogyny, you name it, all thinly veiled as a joke, and you're not fooling anybody.
Which people found suspicious long before he was exposed.
But when this dude is making almost his entire personality about respect women, always be nice to women, respect, 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 it gets a little overboard, to be honest.
When questioned about his motives, Joe Rogan snapped pretentiously,
Just imagine being so worried about losing your male privilege that you would call anything that has to do with equality for women anti-men.
believing that when all men are killed, he'd be spared because of his TikToks. And when he did also occasionally support men,
Now I've talked about men
Can y'all hear me,
getting body
chat?
shamed, women getting body shamed.
the objective was still the same. Try to make himself seem like a person who did no wrong. The caption of his merch was literally "Be Better," which seemed true to him as a church office manager and youth pastor on the weekends.
So depending on how long you've been following me, you may or may not know that I'm actually a very religious person.
People therefore heavily
no
respected
idea.
him, even making stan accounts such as Lovely Joe Robe, while comments on his live streams read, "I have so much respect for you. You speak for others and it makes me so happy." Any videos criticizing him were met with thousands of dislikes until people became suspicious of Joe Robe's supposed morality. In late 2020, a TikToker named Gemini Official was exposed for his relationships with multiple young girls. Being in line with Joe Robe's content, people asked him to talk about it, although for whatever reason, Joe Robe avoided the topic.
Message Joe Rogan saying, hey, this is a problem, can you speak about it? Which is bizarre that it would take you so long to talk about somebody who's grooming children.
Joe Robe later explained on Discord that denouncing the actions was simply too obvious, although having previously claimed the goal of his TikTok was to create a safe space for young people, it seemed odd that Joe Robe didn't want to talk about it. Perhaps he was simply avoiding drama, but this wasn't the only example where Joe Robe deflected an obvious topic. He'd become friends with a TikToker named The Calvin Brandel, whose videos promoted a sentiment to those made by Joe Robe. Well, turns out he'd been doing exactly what he disavowed, explaining he thought it was okay because he was TikTok famous.
I felt that with TikTok my ego was super inflated and I felt like I was invincible, I was unstoppable, I couldn't make any mistakes.
Despite having photos
Bro. That's why you can't, y'all, we don't need to be idolizing all of these people that we see in front of us. Me included. Somebody probably could be looking at this, not necessarily now, but maybe in the future, and they could be just feeling like I'm goated as fuck. I'm not. I'm regular. I make mistakes just like, so it's one of the things, bro. We cannot be idolizing people like that because you don't know who these people really are, bro. All of this is smoke and mirrors, bro. Not so much for somebody like me, but but also, yeah, to a certain extent, yeah. You think I really be turned up, like for real, like outside the camera? I mean, yeah, I do, but not like you know what I'm saying? A lot of this is like I don't know, bro. Y'all can't be hyping up folks like that. Cause for him to feel like, oh, I was TikTok famous, so I thought I can do that and get away with it, bro. Imagine how somebody who is up there, would be feeling like the Epstein's and motherfuckers like that, bro. No, no, you can't allow yourself to be swallowed into that. You gotta remember why you do this shit, bro. I do this to make people laugh and feel good. I never forget that, no matter how big or small I get. That should be crazy though. Bro really did say that. Run that back. Run that back one more time, cuz. Run that back one more time for your boy.
explaining he thought it was okay because he was TikTok famous.
I felt
Bullshit.
that with TikTok, my ego was super inflated, and I felt like I was invincible, I was unstoppable, I couldn't make any mistakes.
Despite having
You
photos
weren't.
together on Instagram, Joe Robe avoided the situation.
You have no problem calling out problematic men, but it seems like the problematic man is your friend and you're a little quiet.
Eventually addressing what had happened with this iconic statement.
I'll say it again. If you groom somebody, you are disgusting. The scum of the earth.
Joe Robe, however, was doing exactly this himself.
This was somebody that I felt safe around, but I don't feel safe around him
Wait,
anymore because he's a groomer.
On one unassuming Wednesday, 17-year-old TikToker DillJ16 uploaded the following video.
This video will be about one of the biggest hypocrites I have ever met in my life, Joe Robe. John is a disgusting and terrible hypocrite who abuses his platform by using his clout to groom and prey upon underage boys. He has done this to multiple people, including me. John first followed me whenever I had about 30,000 followers and joined my live stream and asked for my Snapchat, so I gave it to him. After Snapchatting for a few weeks, he asked me if I wanted to get an Airbnb with him on my 18th birthday, which was over 3 months away. He started to send me links to one-bedroom Airbnbs, and he offered to purchase me alcohol if I went. And this is him talking about the one-bedroom. He knew that I did not
Oh, well, hold on, youngin, bro. That's mad crazy. That said most replayed.
talking about
Yeah. You just stay out of my shot. In case we can't find any friends, I'm guessing that's him. I like that one. And it's cheap, he says. It is very cheap, like $100 cheaper than the other places. The low one says. And then we have lots of money to do fun things, but there would only be room for the two of us. Yeah, that is true. Maybe one with like 2 rooms. Yeah, that is true. Maybe one with like 2 rooms. I just realized the ocean is gonna be fucking freezing, so we don't need to be near the beach. For real, I forgot about that. I can't make out the rest.
the one-bedroom. He knew that I did not want to get the Airbnb, so he
It's
thought
out the.
if
Oh,
he
it's
was
out
like
the.
one of my IRL friends, I would want to go. That's him asking when he was going to turn 18.
And while Joe Robe was at least waiting until their 18th birthday,
Cuz trying to cover all his bases.
the group chat they shared wasn't quite so clean.
During one of the Zoom
That's
calls,
mad
TikTok
crazy.
friends, John thought it would be
Drop,
a
what
good
up,
idea to
though?
have us all take a BDSM score test and send him our results. Keep in mind,
What up,
the
gang?
youngest was 15 years old and the oldest were 19, and there were only two 19-year-olds, and everybody else was 17 and below.
Which had happened.
So look, so yeah, whenever somebody come in, I just want y'all to know what's going on. So I drop just came in. Chat, we got 4 people in. Hold on, because I'm going on. Oh, we got 3 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube. Let's go. What up? Hey, but look, so yeah, what we doing is the Christian TikToker who was secretly a monster. Yeah, we watching this right now. Then I got something else lined up. We doing just random videos. If y'all got something to suggest, I know Drop got some. Don't drop it yet. Drop. Do it like if you finna leave and you ain't coming back, drop it so you can remind me. But yeah, if you in here for a minute, bro, just sit on that egg for a minute, cause we in here. I ain't even been live 15 minutes, gang. So you straight. But I hope y'all good though. I hope y'all entertained. I didn't mean to stop it right here. It ain't funny. It's funny. No, I'm not laughing at his pain. I'm laughing at his picture. But yeah, all right. Let me go back a little bit. My bad.
Friends, John thought it would be a good idea to have us all take a BDSM score test and send him our results. Keep in mind, the youngest was 15 years old and the oldest were 19, and there were only two 19-year-olds and everybody else was 17 and below.
Which had happened just a month before Joe Rogan's 20th. Diljit added one more detail before the video finished.
I found out that there are multiple people.
Wait, hold on. He said what happened? What?
Before Joe Rogan's 28th birthday.
Car 28? He looked every bit of, but wow.
LG added one more detail before the video finished.
I found out that there are multiple people that John has groomed.
As a person named Coco then also came forward.
He started asking like different questions, like what state do you live
I thought
in?
Coco would have been a girl. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not judging.
Travel, and do you like to travel? And and he offered to buy me a room with him. He offered to buy me alcohol.
Wait, do you what or what?
Quote, I remember. And he offered to buy me a room with him.
Do you gang and bang? What was that? Like, what?
This is the one quote I remember him talking to me. I may be a pastor, or I may work for God, but I'm not against kids having fun. I should have realized it right there.
Then there was another.
I can't go into specific details about what happened between me and Joro because it is quite not safe for work.
And another.
No, you can.
He'd also make promises about getting Airbnbs and meeting up with us. He promised alcohol and hot tubs.
Joe Rogan's accusers then made a Google Doc listing everything else he'd done. He tried to get blank and blank to create an OnlyFans once he turned 18 and said he'd set it up for him and subscribe. Also strangely bribing the group to call him hot and locking a girl who was also intoxicated.
Whoa, time the fuck out. How do you bribe a group to call you hot? Can y'all explain that? How do you have somebody to like how is that a thing that you can do? Like I don't understand that. I really don't. That's some random shit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I done had people want to pay me for sex. Is it like that? But it wasn't my idea. It was their idea. And just in case you motherfuckers want to know, I said no. But yeah, I done had weird shit happen. Yeah. I didn't been at a bus stop and a motherfucker complimented my legs. Like I was going to school. Like no, I'm already lying. Well, I'm not lying, but I was coming from school. I was on the way and I had to take a bus. So I had to take a bus from the school, go to the bus station, from the bus station, take another bus to go to where the fuck I lived at the time. So yeah, I had to do that. But when I from the school to the bus station is where that shit happened at. Like where I was at the bus station. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, I was at the bus station. And I just walking, waiting on my bus like to get here and shit. I had just like dapped up my friends because like I had rolled with like at first we weren't fucking with each other, but eventually we did. Like because we caught that we was going to school together. I mean going to the bus stop together. So it was just like, okay, you'll wait back, you know. So I dapped him up, went and sat down, and but it was just right there. It's like a right. He looked like a homeless person. But I mean, it's a bus stop. Y'all used to that. I mean, if y'all about that life, I have been. I am no longer. I got a car now. Shout out to the creator. But yeah. Oh, see, I was high school though. It don't even matter. So that motherfucker looked at me and was like, "Oh, you got some nice calf muscles." I used to run track, so I used to be like, oh, "Okay, appreciate it." But it was one of them things like in my head, like it's like my third. I was like, this is a load of barnacles. This motherfucker's weird. Like, so yeah, I went to the other side. My bus came probably like 5-10 minutes. I never forget that, bro. This is a conversation. I literally was in high school. I ain't been in high school in a minute. I'll never forget that conversation. Now I was straight. I would have fucked them up if I had to, but I was also at a bus stop, so well, it wasn't no crazy shit gonna happen for real. Like, come on, that nigga really would have been crazy to try some shit like that. Chat, what up though? I see y'all. The numbers just jumped up. So we looking at the Christian TikToker who was secretly a monster, and cuz just like he just said he got he tried to bribe the group to call him hot, and I'm just wondering like how the fuck you do that. But we getting back to the video. I know I be yapping.
Intoxicated out of Zoom for
I'm
calling him
gonna
old
run back for
and
y'all though.
And meeting up with us. He promised.
Now these are testimonies from men and women, or boys and girls. I don't know their age, so that's why I'm trying to word it like that. But yeah, looking asses that got yeah.
Alcohol and
What up, though,
hot tubs.
chat?
Accusers then made a Google Doc listing everything else he'd done. He tried to get blank and blank to create an OnlyFans once he turned 18 and said he'd set it up for him and subscribe. Also
Yeah, drop. That is
the
crazy.
group to call him hot and locking a girl who was also intoxicated out of Zoom for calling him old and refusing to call him hot.
Your feelings hurt that bad, my guy. Lock the girl out. Who was drunk as the fuck? I'm not gonna say drunk as the fuck. She was intoxicated, but cause she called you old, bro. You know how many things I've been called in life? How that shit used to affect me, but it don't now. Like growing up, you realize, bro, you no matter what you do, you're gonna have motherfuckers hate on you, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter. You can drop a name in the chat right now. I can tell you some shit that somebody said about them. Even if I don't know who it is, I can literally look them up and look at their picture and I can just tell you what the fuck somebody just said about them. It don't even matter, bro. It don't matter who. There's nobody in this world that ain't been hated on. Secretly or to their face. Most motherfuckers want to hate on you in secret. So that be the bullshit. That's some crazy shit, dog. Nigga, you is old.
Gut talked about the document in this video here, after which he'd be messaged.
You 28, but you acting like you goddamn 98.
Combined. I ran a small fan account for Joe Robe on Instagram. He eventually asked for my Snapchat. He told me no one else had his Snapchat and made me promise to not give anyone it or to tell anyone what we talk about. Conversations got really weird and he sent me a lot of dirty pictures, 4 of which were included to prove he wasn't lying. I was also 14 at the time. He didn't even bother to ask how old I was or for any form of identification, but he would call me a baby a lot and would try and force me to call him daddy. To make matters worse, John's church profile explained, outside of his work at St. John, he is a private music teacher with over a dozen students, and up until recently, was the activities chair for the Northern Sky District of the America. But wait until you hear why he left his previous job. Someone messaged one of the accusers, I wanted to reach out because I'm on staff at the church he used to work at. He was removed from staff over 2 years ago and he was really upset with our church and strict protocols for working with youth, so he left to go to another church. We're currently in the process of contacting the other church and places he's at as well as local authorities. Joe Robe's LinkedIn partially confirms the story's legit, as it shows he previously worked in the very same church as the lady who told the anecdote. Unsurprisingly, people demanded Joe Robe also lose his new job,
St. John Lutheran Church. You have some explaining to do.
with Papa Gut even calling the church directly.
This is the
Hey, the
church
black
that he
man.
works at. I know this because I called the church that he works at and I asked him if he works there. They said yes. I told them that they were very serious, incredible allegations. They immediately hung up after they said, oh, thank you.
Despite hanging up the phone, the church
No.
quickly deleted Joe Robe from their website before iSpeak1906 extracted an unofficial statement.
The pastor reached out and he wants to remain anonymous. However, the bishop is aware and he has been terminated and authorities have been contacted, and that's about all that we have.
But the bigger question was, how did Joe Robe himself respond? Did he make a self-aimed TikTok about his own heinous actions? Well, no. He'd delete his TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, even his LinkedIn, and hasn't been heard from since. His refusal to address the 2 previous situations suddenly
What's that say? Jerome not calling now Gemini official and his friend Calvin Brandy starts to make sense. Chill. Damn.
all made sense, while others were less. The accusation can't be real. A white knight influencer being secretly an awful person is unheard of. Not even surprised. It's always these types of men that end up being predators, but no one was less surprised than one of Joe Robe's former friends. As someone who personally knows John Bell and lived with him at university for a year, I can assure you that he's not the good guy here, and that these accusations line up with his past behavior. The dude was all-knowing, manipulative, homophobic, and tried to give off this ultrapious Christian facade. Nothing about his online presence was genuine. Karma is taking a toll on him, and I'm glad he's getting thrown off the internet.
Okay. The thing about that is, do not don't surround yourself around that energy and sit in it, or let it sit around you and you let it not go unaddressed. Either distance yourself from that or address that and ship and shape that to something that can be better. Like, because Buddy really was able to help the world, but that nigga was using that for some evil. Like he was doing evil with that. You could have manipulated that. Now you all of a sudden like, oh, I knew about it all the time. I was wondering when somebody else was gonna say something about it because I already knew. And the fact that y'all know now, we can all talk about it together. No, you could have brought it to the light, like to him. Like, bro, I don't like people like that who be like, oh, I always thought this and thought that. Like, why you weren't the first person to say something? Like you weren't putting nothing in the ether. Like you just letting cuz do what he do. Like whether you knew or not, even if you thought about it, you ain't try to invest or nothing like that to help him out, to help them out. Like that's some fuck shit. I hate when people be like that because I feel like they just be doing that to get their little come up. Like you just trying to come up because like no, that shit ain't cute, bro. You done fucked up lives. Like you let lives get fucked up because you knew this or you had this feeling. Your third eye was trying to work and you was just playing it to the left. Like, nah, that's some bullshit, bro. I don't like folks like that. You just as guilty.
Before any of this happened, vegan teacher had and it turns out her song hit the nail on the head.
Well, we ain't gonna talk about her chat. Like, that's what we ain't gonna do. Oh, good. What we doing? So yeah, moral of the story, chat. Don't be like that nigga. Is y'all good? Y'all straight? I'm gonna let y'all choose, chat. Wait, who was on? How many people we got on here now? Oh, I lost people. Yes, that ain't good, but it's fine. If somebody on that can comment, just let me know. Which one? Deadliest amusement park rides, dumbest killer trio. And I know you see this thing right here. It probably showing that I watched it. I swear to God, chat, I have not seen this. I literally clicked it just to save it to my Twitch React list. Swear to God, bro. I never do y'all like that. It's not worth it, bro. We ain't even gotta. Matter of fact, I'm so fucking serious about that. If y'all don't believe me, we ain't gotta watch that one. I watched that one by myself and just get a kick out of it. I was just wondering how it was gonna play out. It is 56 minutes though, so it's straight. Killed by a single chip, and everyone still hates Ned. Which one y'all want to see, or y'all don't care? Y'all want me to lead the way? Because I mean, I got way more. I just, you know what I'm saying? Just curious. Y'all had a thought process either way. If not, straight. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to IGN because they have trailers. Bro, I did not ask you to do that. What are you doing? There's the rock playing. talking about? Oh, complete timeline for Resident Evil? Chat. Wait, what is Marvel Cosmic Invasion? That was 2 months ago. Oh, Resident Evil Requiem. Oh shit. Okay, chat. I think we found out next thing. Yeah. Chat. Resident Evil Requiem short film. Let's go. Let's go.
It wasn't always like this.
Bro.
I used to think we were lucky. I thought we had it all.
They got me with that one. They got me though.
A simple house.
It wasn't even scared. I was expecting it.
Sunday mornings. Dance-offs. Afternoons at the park. Story time. It was our perfect little world.
Girl, take your ass to sleep.
Then it started. First the sirens, then the emergency broadcasts.
No. Always a disabled. Damn, she snatched her ass. Jeez. Oh no.
And then
No.
silence. And I learned something I never wanted to know. How fast everything you love can go away. We ran. We fought. We hid. And still, they came.
No. They both done. Dunzo. I bet.
I told myself we would make it. We just needed more time. You always think that you have more time. Until you don't. If anyone finds this, tell them I tried. Tell them I was still me. Right up until the end.
How was she able to hold that picture though, bro? Like,
Copy that. Raccoon City is ours.
damn, though. That was mad crazy. I like that trailer. I fuck with that trailer heavy. I mean, IGN, that one y'all trailer, but shout out to y'all though for putting it out though. What y'all thought of that, chat? Was that straight? Could have been better. How y'all feel? Mm. We're all in here. Y'all want to say something? Well, no, maybe not. That's fine. I just be wondering, man. It's cool. You're not hurt my feelings. Whoa. Hmm. But yeah. All right. So not a bad not a bad trailer though. Not gonna hold you. We back. That's right. What getting killed by fentanyl feels like? Damn. Um, a little dark. Don't you think? I think so. Oh yeah. Hmm? Okay, I did want to see this invincible thing. I'm not gonna hold you. Oh, we never did see the Master of the Universe trailer yesterday, chat. Oh snap! You know what? Hold on. Let me go and use the bathroom. Maybe get some more to drink. And I'll be back. Like this. Like a dinosaur. That's right. I'm back and I got a different cup and I don't want to hear nothing about it. How y'all doing? All right, so we got the Masters of the Universe trailer. Let's see how that's popping. Cause yeah. Type. Let's get. Wait a minute. Uh-uh. Probably shouldn't have did that. What the fuck? Who the fuck is you? I don't know you. Somebody just asked, can I cash out? No. I don't know you. The fuck? I ain't working like that. First off, we ain't gonna do. My bad, chat. But I'm putting this in the ether, like for what you call it? Oh, what's it called? All right, chat. We about to go. We about to get rid of the. All right, chat. We ready. Let's see what we hit now. All right, Masters of the Universe official trailer.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories.
Castle Grayskull.
Spaceship.
Is that? Yeah. Ooh.
Magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real.
Wait. Oh.
Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's...
Okay.
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
I know it sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
What is that not?
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
What? I can't remember all the characters from this.
Hold on, it's about to get weird.
Oh, was that?
What am I supposed to do?
Oh.
You protect them.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh, let's go. Oh. Masters of the universe. Oh. Let's go. Let's go. No, what are you doing? I mean, we can watch it, but don't do that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Do you hear that?
This is not Kong.
And it's not Godzilla. This is something bigger.
Oh. Correct?
We opened the rift to another world.
I did it. I pressed the button. I let the genie out of the bottle.
What's next?
Consequences.
This Titan is like a god. And the sea creatures worship it.
Hundreds of thousands are in the path of this monster. And we don't know what it wants.
I'm gonna find a way to set things right. I promise.
So you're gonna die. Pretty much, chat.
Takes another monster. We need Kong. And Godzilla.
What if they make the situation worse? Get kind of. No man should play God.
I've lost people I loved. Don't make the same mistake I did.
In the end, only one thing matters. Who wins?
So they're gonna be in there? Okay. Cause I'm that's what I'm confused about. That's why I was just sitting here just like wondering like so they both gonna be in there or not? Like how is that gonna play out and be a thing? Like is it like I don't know. I'm curious. Chat, what do y'all think? I'm also curious. It look interesting though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just wondering like what's going on. All right. Let's see. Might have to go back to my React list. Hey, that's me right there. Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Oh. The delusional downfall of a mid-tier show. Oh, you know what, chat though? I think that's in my well, that's just great. And I do have my trailer react list, which is pretty much like me reacting. It was for me to react to trailers. I just want to see what's in here for real. Because yeah, I think last time I did these, I got copyrighted, so I just stopped doing them in this one. Cause I had two. I had one for trailers, and then I had one for just like shit that I knew was gonna take a minute to look through. Yeah, like just Twitch react list. And this is where I put everything now, like the stuff I want to react to, and it's like usually longer than, you know. No, look at this. Man.
That's when a woman, a popular YouTuber.
Not yet. Popular YouTuber accused of kidnapping two women. He does not look familiar. So yeah. Let's see.
Once known for his family vlogging.
Look, go there. Come on. Hey, go get my car,
Is now accused of kidnapping two women. But the story doesn't end there. Authorities say the Texas-based content creator fled the United States by booking a one-way ticket and hopping on a nearly 20-hour flight all the way to the Middle East. So how did a man with millions of social media followers end up charged with aggravated kidnapping? Well, it all began on November 22nd. That's when a woman exchanged numbers with 26-year-old Corey Pritchett Jr. The woman told authorities the following day she and another woman met up with Pritchett. They did some pretty harmless activities like working out, ATV riding, then bowling. But it was at the bowling alley where things took an intense turn. While there, the two women felt like something was off when Pritchett and his two friends started acting strange. The women told police they were repeatedly looking around, seemed on edge, and were acting suspicious. The unnamed women told police they learned Pritchett and his friends were having issues with another group that was there at the bowling alley. So they reportedly told Pritchett if he continued acting that way, he should just leave with his friends. Pritchett in turn stepped out with his friends, but never returned, leaving the women behind. After some time, the women texted him because they left their stuff in his car. So he asked them to meet at the H-E-B grocery store parking lot to get their stuff back. When the two women showed up, he switched gears and offered to drive them home, and they said yes. But according to the women, Pritchett flipped the script once again. During that drive, he reportedly began acting erratically and skipped what was supposed to be the route to drop them off. The women say Pritchett claimed someone was after him and started making phone calls. Then Pritchett began driving at high speeds, going past 100 miles per hour. The women claim he pulled out a gold-colored handgun and started waving it around the sunroof while still driving erratically fast, then began firing off rounds out of the car window. One of the women reportedly told Pritchett to take her back to her apartment and try to calm him down by asking him to pray with them. But he still continued driving crazy fast down the I-10 highway.
I'm bad shit. I'm sorry. It's not. It's just one of them things. Like, you know, I ain't finna tell you like, come on, let's pray about it. Like, I'm praying to myself. Yeah, but I'm about to say whatever I need. Hey, take me home so I can get my gun too, so I can be live with you. Take me home so I can get my gun too, so we both can be turned up. Whatever I gotta say to convince you that I'm with you and on your side, but also, you gonna low key unknowingly help me do what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm sorry. It is what it
Then
is.
made a video call to a woman reportedly saved in his phone under future wife. He asked the woman on the call, if I had the
That's
perfect
crazy.
opportunity and was in the middle of nowhere where no one could hear them scream, should I just go ahead and do it? And the woman on the line reportedly responded, yes. For the women in Pritchett's car, though, they were seemingly in fear of their lives. The women told police that Pritchett told them, I'm gonna F y'all and then kill y'all. By this point, the women said they were texting one another during all of this, but authorities say Pritchett then started pointing the gun at them and took their phones away so they couldn't communicate with each other. According to police, Pritchett then pulled off the highway onto the shoulder of I-10 near Sealy, Texas.
No, bro.
Seemingly with a change of heart, he told the women to get out of his car, telling them this is your only opportunity. One of the women said she tried to get her phone back but wasn't able to. Then Pritchett drove off, leaving them stranded on the side of the road at night. The women told police they spent more than an hour along the side of the highway before they were able to flag down a driver who called 911. But clues put together by investigators would help corroborate their story. One of the women had the Life 360 app on her phone, and screenshots, which included timestamps and the route they took, supported the victim's story of what happened. Pritchett was ID'd through his driver's license and social media pages. But when investigators reached out
So you
to
thought
him,
that
his
shit was
phone
fake?
was no longer in service. Instead, they found out through TikTok that he was planning to move to Dubai.
I moved to Dubai. The people just want me. Feel so good out here. My kids, listen. So I'm having more kids, right? With my future wife, for sure. And Aiden. My kids are gonna be homeschooled, bro. It's getting real wicked in the United States. A lot of y'all not paying attention because a lot of y'all sleep, and the news outlets are not speaking on a lot of that's going on there. It's gonna get real over there. Y'all might think I'm lying. Y'all might think I'm just talking. Y'all seen other people probably saying it. But you know, people don't believe until the shit hit the fan. That's one thing I noticed about most people in the United States. They want to party, live life, until it hit the fan. When it hit the fan, then everybody, they want to scatter. Nah.
But according to
My nigga, can we address you driving 100 miles per hour in a car with two females who didn't really want to be there after you start, you know what I'm saying, exhibiting that type of behavior? Like, what the fuck is you talking about, bro? Yeah, you got a point, but my nigga, I asked you what 1 + 1 was. You trying to tell me how the fuck photosynthesis happened? Like, no, my nigga, no. That it does not. No, that does not. No. I do not know what you want, bro. No. What was all that about? Like, speak on what you did though, bro. Like, talk about that.
to the FBI, they confirmed Pritchett bought a one-way ticket to Qatar on December 9th. A little more than 2 weeks later after buying that one-way plane ticket, Pritchett was officially charged on December 26th with 1 count of aggravated kidnapping.
I want to give a huge thanks to you, our viewers, and our amazing sponsors like Upside. Upside is a super cool and free app that gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas, groceries, and restaurants. Whether it's a nice restaurant or a quick grab and go meal, I can use Upside for
I'm gonna
both.
get two
And guess
things
what?
right
I can
quick,
use
chat. I'll be
Upside to
back. Like,
cash
this is
back
going
when I do.
on.
It's
Look
really
at
so
that.
easy and simple to use and completely free, so why not try it? This is actual real cash back too. It's money that appears in your Upside app that you can transfer straight into your bank account. Here's what you do. You download the Upside app, claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside, you pay as usual using a debit or a credit card, and follow the steps on the app and get paid. You can use Upside at places like Dunkin' Donuts, Cinnabon, Pinkberry, Chipotle, 7-Eleven, Taco Bell, and so many other places. So why not check it out and see if your favorite spot is on the app? To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside, or scan the QR code on your screen, use our promo code LCNews, and get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. Again, that's promo code LCNews for an extra 25 cents back on your first gallon of gas.
But despite being charged with aggravated kidnapping, Pritchett still continues to post on social media. On January 4th, he posted an article from Houston news station KPRC, along with the caption, "Letter to the internet, it's finna be a ball. Let the show begin, hashtag Houston, Texas. Let me show you how to take monsters down the hashtag smooth way." You see it says accused, right? Don't worry, LOL. The details on here and in the court of law. They're gonna regret effing with me like I'm just some goofy or some. Oh, and I got the best lawyer in Houston. A day later, he posted a video with the victims as they were ATV riding. That video was captioned tagging Houston PD as he wrote in part, "We have a case here of popular YouTuber Corey SSG kidnapping 2 white girls, and he's currently on the run in Dubai, I think. IDK, but yeah, the FBI should be after him." A pretty wild case that is now ranging across 2 completely different countries that are thousands of miles away from one another. So let's bring on retired FBI agent Colin Schmidt to get his thoughts on this. Colin, thank you so much for joining me today. What is your reaction to this case, from Pritchett's alleged erratic behavior to trapping these 2 women allegedly in his car and leaving them stranded on the side of the road, then
What you got
later
to say?
fleeing off to Qatar?
Well, I think the first thing for investigators is kind of look at the totality of the circumstances and look at the big picture, as well as look at credibility of who the complainants are, as well as what's really going on here between these 2 people, and that's based upon the recent instances of YouTubers or bloggers or social media influencers faking in their own kidnappings. So to prevent a waste of resources, they have to just take a step back and kind of look at the big picture. And then, of course, if there is some merit to this, then they're going to have to kind of dig in and find out exactly what really went on between these 2.
And investigators also say that, GPS data from Life 360, which was an app that was on one of the women's phones, that helped corroborate their story. Talk to me about how investigators use that type of data to kind of piece together, or at least verify these types of allegations.
Well, in this case, the victim made it easy for law enforcement to track her because they did have the Life 360 app on there. I'm familiar with the app; it's fantastic, and I have used
Okay,
it
nobody
with
asked you
kids
all
as
of that.
well. So if that wasn't on there, the first step with all these cases, and even if it's a bank robbery or a fraud case, is going to be the phones, and to look in to see if there's any GPS data, tracking data in that phone, to find out and to corroborate what the victim is saying that the assailant did.
Yeah, and it's also, unclear right now, but from what we do know now, do you think the erratic behavior on Pritchett's behalf might have been someone actually after him, as he had told these women allegedly? Or do you think there's another reason, possibly like drugs, that kind of made him act erratically during this whole incident?
Well, with the limited information, available, you'd be speculating on
Okay,
why he
chat.
was acting so erratic.
I'm sorry,
So when
but
somebody's acting erratic, there's some sort of a catalyst or some sort of antecedent that
I'm
make them
losing
do that.
interest.
So either it's some external, and that's one thing that's going to come out,
I'm losing
so to
interest
speak, in
real
the
quick.
wash
What
after
y'all
the
think?
investigators do their investigation and start talking to people and find out why he was behaving in such an odd manner. And then the fact that he fled to Qatar, which is kind of an unusual country to go to, because of it. I doubt he speaks Arabic. Does he have some sort of connection to that country?
Yeah, and I was also, going to ask you what your thoughts are on him fleeing to Qatar. What all goes into extraditing a kidnapping suspect? And in your opinion, how long do you think it'll take before he's actually back in the United States?
Well, first thing is if we have extradition with Qatar, I'm not aware whether we do or don't for that
Oh,
particular
let's go.
crime because
Yeah, fuck you. I'm sorry. We not about
Here's
to.
the big
I'm
secret
sorry.
about YouTube ads.
All right, bet chat. I'm sorry, but I got bored with that, and y'all watching this with me, so yeah, it ain't shit for me to change this. I'm sorry, bro. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Also, that's my hair. Is it straight? It look good. It's straight. Like, I mean, I know I do. Like, I actually wanted it out today. I didn't have it out the last couple streams, so yeah. Anyways, uh, 10 YouTube conspiracies that turned out to be true. Let's talk about it.
They're YouTube's whole business, and it's a big business. It's billions of dollars, but it's precarious.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at YouTube theories that went from far-fetched to fully confirmed.
The system doesn't understand context. It can't tell the difference between actual reliable information and unhinged paranoid conspiracy clickbait.
Fine Bros React trademark.
Because of all your support, they were now announcing this big thing that will bring us closer than ever before by creating a new way for us to create content together. This is not only a huge step for our company, but for the entire global media industry.
Ever since React first debuted over 5 years
Bro, his
ago, we
face.
saw the impact of the series.
YouTube titans Benny and Rafi Fine unveiled React World in early 2016, a licensing program for creators to make their own React-style videos under the Fine Bros brand. The kicker? They filed to trademark not only Kids React and Teens React, but the generic term React itself for online video.
We are excited to announce React World, which is a first-of-its-kind program that allows people and companies to license all our popular shows online so that anyone, even you watching right now, can create your own versions in a fully legal way and be part of a new and exciting global community.
Fans saw it as a blatant grab to own an entire format, and the backlash was instant. Mass unsubscribes, parodies, and online outrage.
In entertainment industry terms, when you create a version of a show based on someone else's format, this is called licensing, which many TV shows have done over time. For example, Britain's Got Talent.
He is
America's
weird
Got Talent.
looking,
It's the same show
bro. That
format,
is
but licensed illegally
crazy.
to be created in other locations. So with React World, we've created a new way to license formats in the digital age.
Within days, the Fine Bros pulled their trademark applications, canceled React World, and even retracted past Content ID claims. The fiasco transformed them from pioneers to pariahs overnight, proving YouTube's fiercely protective community wouldn't let one channel monopolize a genre it helped create.
First and foremost, we're sorry for confusing people by using terminology like our React format. We were never trying to say that every video where someone reacts to something else is something we would try to control. When we referenced licensing the React format, we only meant our specific series, not the overall genre of reaction videos. We do not own the genre.
The push for YouTube Premium.
Today I found out YouTube has a premium light option. So I didn't know this, but YouTube is like $14 a month, all right? And premium is $8 a month. So what do you get with this saving, Muda? Well, if you get the premium regular, everything you get on YouTube is all ad-free. And then premium light, most videos are ad-free.
In recent years, YouTube's free tier has gotten a lot less free. Viewers have endured longer ad breaks, more unskippable spots, and even tests of 10 ads in a row.
But for most people, all right, if you're watching like music videos or anything like that, that shit ain't ad-free on premium light. And I suspect that's where YouTube's like bean counters have noticed, like, hey, most people on premium love music videos. Better not give that away for free.
In 2022, the platform briefly paywalled 4K
that's
resolution for
crazy.
some users, while premium-only perks like background play, offline downloads, and higher bitrate 1080p premium keep widening the gap between paid and free.
YouTube loves ads more than P. Diddy loves baby oil. They have made so many decisions that all revolve around feeding people as many ads as possible in as many ways as possible. I'm sure all of you saw a few days ago they announced that they're officially fully rolling out the ads experience while a video is paused.
The company has also waged war on ad blockers, outright blocking playback unless you whitelist YouTube or subscribe. Officially, it's all about improving the viewer experience and supporting creators. But with executives admitting premium users are far more valuable, it's hard to ignore the pattern. YouTube sees viewing more frustrating to push you towards paying.
YouTube lets you get 3 free samples in there with your ad block still enabled, but they
Yeah.
hate ad block. They hate that more than P. Diddy hates security cameras. So they give you these 3.
Bro,
Once you finish your
he's
rack,
just
gotta
killing
put the
Diddy.
kibosh on that. They give you this. Ad blockers violate YouTube's terms of service.
Pro Jared's divorce was the precursor to something more sinister.
For those of you who are unaware, a few months ago, some individuals circulated serious accusations against me. I want to make it perfectly clear right now.
Okay. All right.
They are false. And I
They
have proof.
are.
I have the receipts.
Gaming YouTuber Pro Jared Nabenbauer shocked fans by announcing his divorce from cosplayer Heidi O'Farrell in May of 2019. Within hours, O'Farrell accused him of cheating with streamer Holly Conrad and soliciting explicit images from fans, including minors.
What this all came down to was people saying that I was exchanging nudes with fans on Snapchat and Tumblr. And a lot of people want to know if I did any of that. Yeah, I did. And I always made it clear that it was for consenting adults only.
Commentary channels pounced, circulating screenshots and testimonies as Pro Jared lost over 100,000 subscribers in days. He stayed silent for months before releasing a comeback video denying the allegations and claiming all exchanges were consensual and age verified.
Open invitation for those who wanted to do it, and that I wouldn't be offended or upset, and that nothing would be shared or saved without explicit permission.
While the defense convinced some, his public image never fully recovered. What began as creator drama snowballed into one of YouTube's most notorious scandals, cementing Pro Jared as a cautionary tale about online relationships and reputational freefall.
It was never meant to be an abuse of power. I never offered anyone anything in return, like making them a Twitch mod or early access to a YouTube video or whatever. I also never threatened anyone any kind of punishment if they didn't or anything like that.
YouTube
Bro, I swear these motherfuckers be trying to cover their bases. And you got to. I mean, and I'm not saying that like when you trying to do wrong, you got to. I'm saying that like in general. Like you got certain celebrities who when they take photos with women, they're gonna pose a certain way. You're not gonna see them like all hugged up and stuff. Like, no, you're not gonna see them. You're gonna see them type shit. Because just so it won't be put out there, like in the ether, like it can't get put out in the universe if you ain't invoked it. Like so there is a certain way, like you have to go around like doing certain stuff because it can come back to hunt you, or it can be used against you. Like your kindness can be used like against you. Like so, it is certain things. Like I get it, but bro, the ones that be fucking up and doing wrong, I'm telling you. Oh, what up, V? What up, though? The ones that be doing wrong, like. Bro, they be trying to cover their bases to make sure they straight. V, what up, though? No, don't bro me. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. What's good? I feel like I seen you on Fortnite earlier before I continue with the video. I'm gonna dress your looking ass for a minute. I'm gonna line you down. So yeah, I feel like I seen you on Fortnite earlier. I might be wrong. And she was plotting the other day, telling me something, trying to stream somebody else, and she ain't even streaming me for real. And she the one who did it. I ain't even said nothing about it. She the one who came to me about it, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I just want to know to let Chet know. I was not. What's not what? By the way, tonight's entertainment, Chad, a little whiskey, a little Crown, a little Pepsi. And I'm off a gummy too. But I don't think the gummy kicked in. I feel like I should take another one. I don't know. What's going on, mamas? Before we go back to the video, which we watching Just so you know, 10 YouTube conspiracies that turned out to be true, and I'm not gonna hold you. So far, shit's crazy. But you. Oh wait. Oh, well, okay. Did I? I mean, I do though. Fuck it. I don't care. I'll take that. I'll take that. I do. We should. It'll be fine. I feel like you said that though, but I take that though. Yeah, I do. I do though. I support it. I support the idea. I say that. But yeah, how are you up? I've never seen you like up this late anyway. Like how? What are you doing? What's going on? I'm about to click this video because I do not want to lose these people in the chat, even though they seem to not care. But still, we got hold on. We got 2 on Twitch and then 1 on YouTube. So okay, B, I know you on Twitch. I know you ain't on YouTube. So okay, I see you. But yeah, V, I do appreciate you coming through, like real nigga shit. But yeah, you want to stay, fuck around for a little bit, definitely would appreciate it. If not, that's straight too. But no, we definitely still should though on the collab shit. All right, chat. Let's get back to it. So, what I guess this one coming in is YouTube boost its own originals and partners. What is this about?
Boost its own originals and partners.
Your creativity
I just said that.
deserves to be rewarded. That's why the YouTube Partner Program offers more ways to make money from your channel and community than anywhere else. Let's walk through how to qualify, apply, and get approved, and what becomes available to you once you're in.
For years, YouTube insisted its trending tab and recommendations were purely algorithm-driven, until creators noticed YouTube originals, late-night clips, and major partner channels dominating the charts regardless of views.
Part of our requirements is to make sure that you have enough of an audience that you can be successful in making money. And that means that you have to find a content that really resonates with audience. You have to find kind of some loyal following for people watching your content. And so the best advice is don't think about the money.
Yeah.
Just make good content.
In 2019, YouTube admitted it doesn't just reflect what's most popular, but also features editorially curated picks to
First off, use if you ain't got no team, I don't have a team. So I use Chat GPT. What you mean it's only 12 o'clock? First off, it's 12:30. You in the past. I'm in the future. You need to jump ahead, Queen V. How you in the past like that? And I'm in the future. It's pretty much 12:30, bro. Gang, it's 12:30. You 30 minutes late. I ain't gonna hold you. But also it is a thing to YouTube and all of that. Like you really want to get noticed on YouTube now, what you gotta do is YouTube shorts. Like you gotta just post shorts. Like you can post your shit, but like post shorts and then add your longer videos like on the shorts where they can click it and like get that, like, and you can get that, like, because people people attention spans, like they be short as fuck, bro. They short as fuck. I had people clicking in and out of my streams like all the time. My shit would jump up to like 10, 15, and then just jump down to like 2, 3, 1 out of nowhere. Motherfucker just be attention spans for real. But I do believe this shit though.
showcase creators it deems safe and broadly appealing.
To earn with fan funding and certain shopping features, the thresholds are 500 subscribers, 3 valid public uploads in the last 90 days.
That meant corporate partners and in-house productions often leapfrogged grassroots hits.
Oh, my bad, chat. I just want to read the thing. Again, I'll say that the algorithm still benefits big creators. Please tune tune it up to benefit the little creators. I truly agree. It's like the algorithm has its picks and favor large platforms. Yeah, yes, you are right. I agree. So they all just. Well, I was about to say something. But I ain't gonna say. I wouldn't have meant it like that. But they all on the same page. Like they just talking about that. But no, I do agree though.
It's confirming suspicions that the playing field. While YouTube framed this as ensuring diversity and quality, many saw it as stacking the deck for advertisers
Chat, what's
and
good?
undermining the platform's independent creator roots. In short, trending wasn't lying, but it wasn't the full truth either.
Once you get into YCP, there's a lot more things that you have to think about. You have to think about all the different monetization options into. Again, our ads product require you to be brand safe, right? Advertisers don't want to be associated with content that is not ads friendly.
Creator subscriber counts were being
He
quietly
can
manipulated.
get through that.
Unless you are practicing in sub for sub, or you're buying subscribers, or some other illicit activity on YouTube, you want the platform to be getting rid of subscribers that add absolutely nothing to your channel.
Creators have griped about sudden, unexplained subscriber drops, fueling suspicions that YouTube was quietly trimming their numbers. In December of 2018, those fears were confirmed when YouTube announced it would remove spam subscriptions in bulk, warning of a noticeable decrease for many channels.
Essentially, what this means is that YouTube is verifying subscribers both as an account itself and its subscription to your channel. And if YouTube find anything dodgy going on with these subscriptions, then they will remove them from your channel, and they may even close the account that's associated to that subscription.
The company
Bro,
spun it as routine.
that's too much right there.
To ensure subscriber counts reflect real engagement, not bots or inactive accounts. Similar purges have happened since, sometimes wiping thousands from a channel overnight.
Past, YouTube would do these mass audits maybe 3 or 4 times a year, and they probably tell you of that fact. I think the biggest one that was recently announced was back all the way at the end of 2018, when I think T-Series themselves lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
While YouTube insists it's about maintaining integrity, results can feel like a target hit to growth, especially when it lands without warning. It's one of the few times a widely held theory about YouTube's inner workings turned out to be exactly true.
So when it comes to closed accounts or YouTube removing subscriptions that just aren't relevant to your channel because they're fraudulent, there's nothing to worry about, and it's not your fault either. You can't help sometimes these unscrupulous numbers being added to your channel.
Toddy Westbrook versus James Charles.
Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. Obviously from the title you know that this is going to be intense, different, and this is absolutely not a video I ever thought in a million years that I would be making, but I feel after a lot of thought that it's necessary for me to have a chat with you guys.
In May 2019,
let's get on with it, bro.
Toddy Westbrook dropped a 43-minute bombshell titled "Bye Sister," accusing former protege James Charles of betrayal, inappropriate behavior toward men, and disloyalty over promoting a rival brand.
There's so much going on with James Charles right now that I do not support, that I do not agree with. Fame, power, and a fat bank account will change almost anyone. And if you don't have people that will tell you to your face that you're doing the wrong things, you will change.
The video came after weeks of cryptic social media tension and
You ain't got no strong mind, you will
James
change.
lost over 3 million subscribers in days, while Toddy's numbers soared. Mainstream outlets picked up the feud, framing it as YouTube beef gone nuclear.
Most of my career over the past few years has been about me making mistakes and trying to learn and grow from them. And I haven't always done the best job of that. I can admit that. But I have always tried.
Charles later released a lengthy rebuttal video refuting her claims, and Westbrook eventually walked back parts of her accusations. Still, the saga proved that beauty community gossip could spill into full-blown global headlines, reshaping careers in the process.
In Tati's video, she discusses many of the different reasons as to why she was choosing to close a chapter in her life that I was heavily involved in, making many of our private issues very...
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, this is random chat. But it's just me. Like, if I'm gonna address a video, I'm gonna be the same way, like throughout. like one video you dressed down, you ain't got your makeup and all this glitz and glamour on. And now this one you do because you wanna, I don't know, do what you wanna do. It's fine. I don't care about none of that. I'm just saying, bro. You should have glitzed up when you first started the reactions or the response to this, bro. You're doing yourself a disservice. But you do got like a bank account, and I don't. So what the fuck do I know? But yeah.
Very, very public, and now millions and millions of people have weighed in with their opinions and speculations on subjects that they honestly know absolutely nothing about.
It was a random thought, but I'm just like,
Did you know that seeing a sudden decrease in the amount of views that you're getting on YouTube Shorts right now, or just on YouTube in general, could be a sign that you're actually shadow banned on?
It's the YouTube nightmare. Your video's still up, but no one can find it. Many creators have expressed their feeling that their videos on politically charged, health-related, or controversial topics simply vanished. No strikes, but near zero visibility in search or recommendations.
If more than 20% of people are swiping away from your content, it is a sign that you're not shadow banned. So if you have less than 20% of people swiping away consistently, it's probably a sign that you might be shadow banned if you're still not getting the views that you want.
YouTube has never officially admitted to shadow banning, but documentation shows it has indeed deprioritized borderline content in its recommendation streams while still leaving the videos live.
If the video is less than 30 seconds long and your average view duration is over 100%, but you're still not getting views, could be a sign that you're shadow banned. The second thing is videos that are over 30 seconds long. So if your video is over 30 seconds long and your average view duration is over 80%.
A 2020 study found that conspiracy-labeled content was deliberately demoted, not removed, reducing its reach significantly across the platform. And recent creator analysis confirms that 99% of supposed shadow bans stem from legitimate drops in engagement, algorithm tweaks, or sensitive topic filters, not glitches. The result? What feels like suppression may actually be algorithmic deprioritization.
This could be a sign that you're shadow banned if you also pass the third test, and that third test is that there's actually a very large audience for whatever you're creating content on, because what most creators fail to realize is that one, their swipe rate is way too high for YouTube to actually push out their content.
The adpocalypse.
Alright guys, let's check out how my last video did. Maybe it's still monetized. Ah! $31? Oh no. The adpocalypse.
The term adpocalypse emerged around 2016 to 17 when major advertisers pulled their ads from YouTube after reports showed their ads running alongside extremist or inappropriate content.
A bunch of advertisers fearing backlash ads entirely from YouTube, and during this period, every YouTuber saw a decrease in revenue. Also, Google's valuation dropped by like $750 million in a day. No big, it's fine.
In response, the platform rolled out sweeping changes, introducing vague, not advertiser-friendly rules, demonetizing huge swaths of content overnight, and tightening the bar for new creators to earn ad revenue.
Now, YouTube has a few different systems that put content into buckets. They have a manual bucket that's like hand-picked channels, like Crash Course, where they can say, this is good, advertisers, it's safe, go here, it's very expensive. And then they have an algorithmic bucket that's like, no ads on any of this stuff ever, because it's about marijuana smoking or whatever. And then there's a middle area. It's where it's confusing and no one knows how it works at all.
Famous names like PewDiePie found their content demonetized and lost brand partnerships as a result, while everyday creators saw income evaporate with no warning. The backlash shook YouTube's foundation and forced a shift towards sanitized, algorithm-policed content that prioritized advertiser comfort over creative freedom.
Yes, YouTube is an amazing platform for you to monetize your content and create your own business, but it's not like a traditional job, and it probably shouldn't be even looked at it in that sense. Yes, you don't get health care. Yes, you have to work insane hours and you make up your own time. And yes, you don't have any form of job safety, and it's really all up to you.
The algorithm favors certain creators over others.
If YouTube tells the algorithm,
no lies told there.
People like, then it'll kill any channel which talks about politics, where people hit dislike if they disagree, and it'll silence anyone who has a small but vocal group loudly disagreeing with them. If YouTube tells the algorithm, okay, show videos that people share, then videos about private things like medical issues or sex education vanish.
YouTube has long billed its algorithm as fair and data-driven, but evidence suggests it often rewards established, safe, insider creators over
Are
independent
you still on?
voices. Reports reveal that the platform still uses editorial curation to boost in-house originals and brand partners, especially on trending and homepage slots, while community complaints of getting buried persist.
So sure, the algorithm might increase watch time in the short term, but a lot of the videos it recommends are going to be questionable at best and actively harmful at worst. And they're going to be the sort of thing that advertisers get really nervous about. Remember, the algorithm is a black box. No one knows what it's doing. All YouTube can do is change the feedback it's getting, change the signals that say this is good or this is bad.
Investigative audits and journalists argue that content from large, mainstream entities is algorithmically prioritized, squeezing smaller creators out. In short, YouTube's algorithm isn't purely merit-based. It's a hybrid of popularity plus preferential treatment, perpetuating a cycle where big creators keep getting bigger.
The YouTube algorithm isn't some cartoon villain cackling at you while it buries your videos into oblivion. Although that is a wonderful image, isn't it? Try to think of it more as the world's most relentless matchmaker. Its job to present videos in front of you, the viewer, that you are most likely to watch, but also, hopefully, and just as importantly, enjoy watching.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the
This
option
is just
to be
as
notified for
depressing,
additional videos
but
or all of them. If you're on your phone,
also not as
make sure
much.
you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
ElsaGate and its very real impact.
Often these videos will have altered storylines. They are dealing with very dark subject matter. It could be death, it could be car crashes. Some of them contain demons. I want to give you an example. One of those is the popular show Paw Patrol, but instead, in one of these particular knockoff shows, the characters die.
In early 2017, YouTube was haunted by ElsaGate, a wave of disturbingly warped, child-friendly videos starring characters like Elsa, Spider-Man, or Peppa Pig, yet packed with violent, sexual, or gross imagery. These creepy uploads slipped through moderation and even appeared on YouTube Kids.
It's a trend that's been popping up on multiple news sources. What we're seeing is that whether it's on Netflix, whether it's on YouTube, because of the way content can slip through algorithms, because there isn't enough human moderation, there's some disturbing content that kids are seeing.
Outcry surged as news outlets, Reddit sleuths, and advocacy groups exposed how these videos lurked behind innocuous titles and thumbnails. YouTube responded by purging channels and videos en masse, notably terminating the notorious Toy Freaks channel and banning misuse of beloved characters.
Some of them, like the one Brian's showing me, is like really shitty CGI.
Second Life.
And it's like these
I was able
cartoon
to get
characters
on.
get sexualized, and they drink sometimes, and the babies keep getting their heads busted open.
While that crackdown removed millions of problematic videos, echoes of ElsaGate persist. Today's grotesque AI slut content still poses a threat to younger viewers. The danger wasn't imagined, it was proven.
Slop can be incredibly popular. This AI soup recipe was the 7th most viewed post on Facebook at the end of last year. And at another point, 3 of the top 20 most seen posts there were AI generated, including this one of a giant fan bed, which had 35 million views.
Which YouTube conspiracy shocked you the most? Are there any dastardly digital deeds we missed? Be sure to...
Shut up. Chat, I don't know about that one. No. We saw this yesterday. I really don't know if I would look that up or not. All right. Look at this. Unusual food deaths. 2. Killed by a single chip. I fucks with fascinating horror, so yeah. That's what we're about to say. Chat, are you ready? Because it's going down. Automatic like.
On the 1st of September 2023, 14-year-old Harris Wallabar took part in a social media challenge which involved eating a single potato chip. The rules were simple. In fact, they were even printed on the single chip's packaging, along with graphics of the Grim Reaper, flames, and scorpions, all meant to suggest in a fun and light-hearted way that the challenge was painful and potentially dangerous. The instructions were these. 1. Eat the entire chip. 2. Wait as long as possible before eating or drinking anything. 3. Post your reaction on social media with the hashtag #OneChipChallenge. This sounds simple, but it wasn't. The chip was a very unusual tortilla chip, coated in seasoning made from some of the hottest chili peppers in the world. In 2023, these peppers included the Carolina Reaper and the Naga Viper pepper. Anyone who doubted the potency of this single chip had only to look online using the suggested hashtag to find clear proof that it was extremely hot. Hundreds of videos showed people consuming the chip before suffering intense pain, breaking out into a sweat and consuming huge quantities of milk to try and dilute the burning sensation it caused. Despite this, the challenge remained popular online. Indeed, it had been popular since its creation in 2016, with the chips often selling out wherever they were available. In the early years of the challenge, the maker, a company called Paki, even held competitions to win one of the coveted chips, and maintained a Hall of Fame, featuring people who had been able to consume the chip and then resist the urge to drink any cooling liquid for at least an hour afterward. Unlike other spicy foods, the Paki One Chip Challenge was sold and marketed exclusively on the basis of how unpleasant and difficult it was to eat. On the 1st of September 2023, Harris Wallabar was given an individually wrapped One Chip Challenge chip by a friend at Doherty Memorial School in Worcester, Massachusetts. He consumed the chip and soon started to feel unwell. He went to the school nurse, complaining of a severe stomachache. The nurse phoned his family and arranged for him to be picked up and taken home. At home, over the course of several hours, his stomach pains eased slightly. Just when it seemed the worst was over, however, he fell unconscious and was rushed to hospital. Harris passed away before he arrived. His cause of death was later found to be a heart attack. The substance within chili peppers and other hot foods that causes the sensation of heat is known as capsaicin. It is unusual, but not unheard of, for a large amount of capsaicin to cause medical difficulties. Beyond the discomfort and sensations of heat, capsaicin can cause an elevated heart rate, pain and irritation in the mouth, stomach pains, difficulty breathing, and allergic reactions. When these are combined with a pre-existing condition, they can be fatal. In Harris's case, he suffered from a congenital heart condition that made him more prone to cardiac events. In the aftermath of his death, Paki voluntarily removed the chips from sale. The company insisted that, per prominent labeling, the chips were intended only for adults and people with no pre-existing health conditions or sensitivities. A lawsuit against them and several associated companies is ongoing. Harris himself is remembered as a popular student, central to his group of friends, consistently enthusiastic and positive, and a lover of video games and basketball. On the 10th of September 2022, 21-year-old student Sarah Katz went to a Panera Bread restaurant in Philadelphia, close to her university campus. She ordered a lemonade using a membership she had purchased the week before. For a month, she could enjoy unlimited hot and cold drinks from the chain. Later, she returned to her apartment before heading out again to meet friends for a birthday party at a local restaurant. There, surrounded by her friends, Sarah Katz suffered a cardiac arrest and collapsed. She was rushed to hospital only to have another cardiac arrest and pass away within hours. It took several months before her family were able to ascertain the exact cause of her death. And when they did, they were surprised to find that it was in part due to the lemonade she had consumed on the morning of the day of her passing.
Lemonade?
The drink was a so-called charged lemonade, an innocuous-looking fruit drink that was unique to Panera Bread. It was presented in a self-serve dispenser alongside other, non-caffeinated lemonades. Small text on the dispenser noted that it was clean and plant-based, and likened its caffeine content to coffee. Customers could enjoy unlimited refills, and there was no visible distinction between it and regular lemonade. But this drink was not regular lemonade. In fact, a standard serving of this drink contained as much caffeine as 2 cans of energy drink combined, far more than a single serving of coffee. Indeed, 1 full cup of charged lemonade was roughly equivalent to 6 shots of espresso. The serving contained around 390 milligrams of caffeine, a large amount given that the recommended daily maximum set by the US Food and Drug Administration is 400 milligrams. Caffeine has no particular taste and takes some time to have any effect. A Panera Bread customer could therefore easily consume an entire charged lemonade before realizing just how strong it was. In most people, drinking an entire charged lemonade would cause a jittery sensation and perhaps a sleepless night.
So you got central, visual, ears, skin, heart, gastrics, systemic, urinary, respiratory, muscular. You got all of that, and that's affected? Like, that's mad crazy, chat. Like, would y'all really thought, like, of all of this to, like, be worried about? Like, I don't know, bro. That's crazy.
But Sarah had a condition known as long syndrome. People with long QT syndrome have an unusual pattern of electrical activity in their heart, which makes them more prone to heart attacks and seizures. It is very important, then, that people with long QT syndrome avoid excessive amounts of stimulants, like caffeine. Sarah was well informed about her condition and was very careful about her diet and exercise. She had worked in a hospital environment and participated in studies relating to long QT syndrome. She was thus able to manage her condition very effectively by taking medication, regulating her exercise, and avoiding certain foods, most notably energy drinks or large, strong coffees. In this case, however, she did not avoid the charged lemonade offered by Panera Bread, and its high caffeine content may have contributed to her death. A lawsuit filed by her family argued that Sarah could not possibly have known the caffeine content of the lemonade, and indeed that no reasonable person would expect a lemonade, even a caffeinated lemonade, to be more caffeinated than an energy drink. Eventually, Panera Bread settled the lawsuit out of court on undisclosed terms. The company continued to sell charged lemonade for some time, albeit with a prominent warning on display alongside. Eventually, they phased out the beverages altogether. Sarah is remembered by all who knew her for her kind and generous spirit, and her lifelong work teaching first aid and raising awareness of the importance of CPR and emergency defibrillator training.
That's crazy though.
On the 18th of May 2017, in a hospital in California, in a coma. His condition had steadily deteriorated over the last few days, that there was little hope of recovery. With his family's agreement, life support was removed and the man passed away peacefully, surrounded by his loved ones. The man was Martin Galindo, a father of two who had been generally healthy up until just a few weeks prior. Now, he and 9 others were hospitalized with life-threatening partial paralysis. They were suffering from botulism, a type of food poisoning caused by a bacterium which can grow in improperly stored or prepared food over time. This outbreak of botulism had struck the small city of Walnut Grove in California. Given the relatively small population, investigators were quickly able to trace the source of the outbreak to a local gas station, and then to a single appliance within this gas station, a nacho cheese dispenser loaded with semi-liquid, jalapeno-flavored cheese. Every single person now stricken with botulism had eaten cheese from this machine. It was seized and examined, while employees of the store were questioned. The reason for the outbreak soon became clear. The machine had set operating instructions that should have become dangerous. It was to be loaded with sealed, shelf-stable bags of cheese mix, which it would keep at 60 degrees Celsius or 140 degrees Fahrenheit at all times. Bags were to be opened with a special tool and changed whenever they ran out, or every 5 days, whichever was sooner. This particular cheese dispenser, however, had been purchased second-hand and was poorly maintained. 2 vital pieces were missing. One was a tool used to puncture the bags of cheese. Staff had taken to using plastic disposable knives instead. The other missing part was a valve cover that helped the machine maintain the correct temperature. In addition to this, no records were kept to ensure that bags were changed every 5 days, and
I'm not gonna lie. So I used to work at a Circle K gas station chat. It was dope. I used to work a night shift and work overnight to like what I think it was like 10 to 6 or maybe 9 to 5. It was different shifts, but it would be like 9 to 5 or like 10 to 6. Some shit like that. And so either way, overnight. So I used to have to do stuff like that. I don't remember that last thing, but yeah, that first little thing, it's like something you had to puncture into the nacho thing, like to get it open, and then you had to like hook it up to the thing. So when y'all looking ass come through and press the button, and the nacho cheese come out, like we didn't hook some shit up like for that, like so yeah. Um, I'm invested in this one because I can relate to a certain extent because I've done this.
no one employee was familiar enough with the machine to ensure that it was being operated correctly. Indeed, it wasn't something that many employees thought very often about, beyond replacing a bag of liquid cheese whenever it ran out. In this case, the poor maintenance of the machine and the improper handling of the bags it was stocked with, of little concern to staff, sent 9 people to hospital and 1 to the morgue. The proper handling of this seemingly unimportant snack was life-changing to one father and his family, friends, and children.
Also, chat, I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, those drink machines that y'all be fucking with, bro, those need to be cleaned every week. They do. The coffee machines too, like all that, the cappuccino machines, all of that That needs to be cleaned every week. You know how much of a gas station gets used? I'm telling you, when I first started working at a gas station, bro, you know it. I don't do that now. That's not my job now. But whether it was or wasn't, whatever I do, wherever I go, bro, I'm trying to be A1. I'm trying to be good, like at, at what I do. Like, can't nobody say Seto ain't shit. Like at his job, I'm goated always. It don't matter what it is. So, but when I first started that, in order for me to be good at my job, bro, I learned a lot of shit about gas stations. And it wasn't just that gas station. I know for a fact it's other gas stations that really did that shit. Like, they had that same MO. You're going to have certain people that care that they clean all the stuff that need to be cleaned. You're going to have certain people that care that you know what I'm saying? Like, just, I don't know. It's one of them things. I take my job seriously. Like, it don't matter what it is or where I'm at. Like, I do that shit. So it's just like, damn, bro. That shit right there is crazy. Mad crazy. Because that stuff really do need to be cleaned. Like, I cleaned some of that stuff and like I know when I cleaned it, bro. I don't know who was the last person to clean that stuff. And then when I realized I was getting drink from there, bro, I really don't like getting drinks from gas stations now because it has so much buildup. And y'all don't even realize. Because it's funny that y'all would hear this story and be like, oh, well, damn, that's crazy. Where he worked, that it's going to be a thing. And it's really one of them things where, like, it's kind of probably almost everywhere that you would expect or not expect. Either or, depending on your perspective. Yes. All right, so we going back to my killed by a single chip. All right, we is removing it. All right, bet that. All right, so dumbest.
Theme parks are designed to feel safe.
All right, so this is tough. As somebody who I fuck with heavy. Yeah, so you gonna watch him and yeah. It's probably gonna be the last one, chat. Cause yeah. Yeah. We getting up there. And we ain't got nobody in chat chatting, so yeah. I feel good about this. You can go ahead.
Controlled and predictable. But history shows that when things go wrong, they go wrong violently. From riders plunging over 100 feet into water that behaves more like concrete, to roller coaster trains derailing in these accidents expose how thin the lines between thrill and tragedy really is. In some cases, the danger was hidden for years, like corrosion eating away at ride supports from the inside, or water rapids turning into crushing machinery after ignored warnings. Breaking down some of the worst theme park accidents ever recorded, and how each one unfolded step by step. If you're new to the channel, don't subscribe yet. I will earn your subscription by the end of this video. And yes, we will be using 3D models for this.
You already get it, my guy.
My name is Tubbs, and let's get started.
I just ain't been here in a while.
Knott's Berry Farm fell more than 100 feet. What if I told you that falling into water from a certain height is basically the same as hitting concrete? And I mean, at some point, maybe when we were kids, we entertained the thought that water would just cushion the fall, right? Well, physics doesn't care what we think, and on September 21st of 2001, at Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California, this terrifying reality played out in the worst possible way. This was around 10:20 p.m. The park wasn't even open to the public. It was a private party for Target employees. Lori Mason Larez, a 40-year-old mother of 5 from Duarte, was there as a guest of her sister who worked at Target. She decided to plunge this massive water ride that Knott's advertised as having the steepest and highest drop of any water ride in the world. A 115-foot climb followed by a 50-mile-per-hour plunge down into a pool holding 650,000 gallons of water. But before I tell you what happened to Lori, I need to tell you how this thing works. Like many others, had a double restraint system, both a seatbelt and a lap bar. Operators checked these before the ride started, as they always do, making sure everything was locked in place. Again, this wasn't anything different from rides elsewhere. So Lori got in, she was checked out for safety, and the ride started. But somehow, as the boat made its way down the steep drop, Lori fell out. She plummeted more than 100 feet and landed in the water below. The impact killed her almost instantly, and when the ride returned to the loading area, because it kept going, they checked and found out her seatbelt and lap bar were still in position. So investigators were left asking this massive question: how did she get out? We'll figure that out soon, but let's start with the body. The coroner's report listed the cause of death as multiple blunt trauma. When you hit the water at that speed from that height, the water simply can't move out of the way fast enough. Water is incompressible, unlike air, so when your body slams into it at 50 miles per hour, the water pushes back with equal force. That's why I said it's basically like hitting concrete. Paramedics arrived within minutes. There was literally a fire station across the street from Knott's, but there wasn't much they could do. They rushed her to the West Anaheim Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. So what actually happened? Investigators started looking into whether Lori's weight played a role. Park officials described her as, quote, large, and ride engineers explained that lap bars can become safety issues for people at both extremes of size. If somebody's body shape prevents the lap bar from locking over the knees properly, or if a seatbelt gets positioned below the stomach instead of around it, the restraints might not work as intended. So the theory was that maybe her body shifted during the drop, and despite the restraints being locked, she somehow slipped through. The ride had no weight restrictions at the time. And interestingly, the same manufacturer, Intamin, had another incident.
This thing, I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny, like, watching the thing, though. I'm sorry. It broke me. I was trying not to.
Death lawsuit against both Knott's and Intamin, and the ride was immediately shut down. It was the park's first injury on perilous plunge since it opened just a year before, and tragically, the second death at Knott's in less than a month. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, a train derailed. You know that feeling when you're on a roller coaster and everything just feels solid, like the whole thing is one connected piece? Yeah, well, that's exactly what you would want. Because on September 5th, 2003, at Disneyland, the supposedly happiest place on Earth, that connection failed in the worst way possible. It was around 11:20 a.m., a Friday. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was running like it always did, taking guests on this wild mine train adventure through caverns and red rock formations. The ride's whole concept is that you're on a runaway train in the Old West, zooming past falling rocks and waterfalls. It opened back in 1979 and could carry up to 32 people across 5 passenger cars, pulled by a small decorative locomotive. Anyway, what happened is kinda insane. The train sped through the outdoor section, past all the desert scenery, and then headed uphill into one of those tunnel sections designed to look like a mine shaft. But as it climbed up that incline inside the dark tunnel, something catastrophic occurred. The passenger cars broke loose from the locomotive. The little red engine that's supposed to be pulling everything derailed at the top of the incline. Rolled backward down the grade. They ended up about 20 to 30 feet away from the derailed locomotive. And in that chaos, in the dark tunnel, 22-year-old Marcelo Torres from Gardena was killed. Now, the thing about such a derailment in such a confined space is that there's nowhere to run. When that locomotive came off the tracks and the car separated, Torres was sitting in the front passenger car. From the aftermath images, you can see how brutal it was. The derailed locomotive ended up positioned low enough to strike passengers in the front car directly. Torres suffered a fatal head injury from the impact. Also, you should know that brain injuries from blunt force trauma are devastating because the skull, despite being strong, can only protect so much. When something hits your head with enough force, the brain essentially slams against the side of your skull, causing bleeding, swelling, and tissue damage. So, as you might expect, the scene that followed was absolute chaos. John and Lori Wims from Seattle were waiting in line for the next train when they saw 2 young men running out shouting, Someone is hurt bad. It's really serious. Get someone up here. Riders who could move were scrambling out of the tunnel, calling for help to confuse park guests who had no idea what just happened. What made it worse is that getting everyone out wasn't simple. The cars were in a precarious position inside that tunnel. Anaheim firefighters initially called for mechanical jaws, the kind used to cut people out of car wrecks, along with portable lights and ventilators. They ended up canceling the jaws request and instead focused on stabilizing the cars so they wouldn't shift and cause more injuries, because from that incident alone, 10 other riders were hurt, ranging from 9 to 47 years old. Vicente Gutierrez, age 22 from Wilmington, got the worst of it among the survivors, with facial cuts and chest injuries, including possible broken ribs. He ended up in serious condition at UCI Medical Center. And just a little bit more context, when your ribs break, you're risking punctured lungs, damaged blood vessels, and breathing complications. So yeah, that's serious. Eventually, 49 firefighters, 4 engines, and 6 ambulances responded to the scene. Frontierland got sealed off completely, with park employees with raccoon skin caps keeping guests away while emergency crews worked. This was Disneyland's 10th death since opening in 1955, and the first since 19. The ride stayed closed while investigators tried to figure out exactly how the train that's connected just didn't. Ohio State Fair. Corrosion led to accident. Look closely at any carnival ride and you'll see bolts, beams, paint, and maybe some rust. What you won't see is what's happening inside the metal. And in 2017, that hidden part is exactly what killed someone at the Ohio State Fair in Columbus. The Fireball was one of those intense carnival rides that makes your stomach drop. 6 rows of seats spinning around 40 feet above the ground, while the entire structure swings back and forth like a massive pendulum. It's the kind of ride that looks terrifying even from the ground. On this particular Wednesday night, the terror became real. Tyler Jarrell, an 18-year-old from Columbus, was on the ride with other fairgoers when the ride literally broke apart mid-operation. Not a mechanical glitch or the ride stopping suddenly. No, nothing like that. The structure physically split up while people were still on it 40 feet in the air. The ride had 4 riders per cart, and when the piece broke off, the riders were thrown out. At least 2 of them were launched 20 feet through the air before crashing onto the concrete, basically the equivalent of falling from a 2-story building. Tyler died at the scene from blunt force trauma, suffering head, trunk, and lower extremity injuries. From a medical point of view, when you experience that kind of impact, the skull can fracture. Internal bleeding happens almost instantly. It's very damaging to say the least. Anyway, 7 others were injured, ranging from 14 to 42 years old, with several in critical condition. And what exactly went wrong? Well, the ride had passed multiple inspections. Michael Vardarella, chief ride inspector for Ohio's Division of Amusement Ride Safety, said it had been looked at 3 or 4 times over 2 days before the fair.
No, the fact that it had been looked over and passed the inspection? No! How was that a thing? Okay. What qualified pass inspection?
Fair open. Everything checked out, or so the AMG International, the Dutch manufacturer of the Fireball, conducted their own investigation after the accident. They visited the scene, reviewed video footage, and did a metallurgical inspection of the ride. What they found was this excessive corrosion on the interior of a gondola support beam had dangerously reduced the beam's wall thickness over the years. They didn't see it because it was inside. The corrosion was eating away at the beam from there, where nobody could see it during standard visual inspections. Should they have been more thorough? Yes. The ride was 18 years old. Corrosion comes from moisture, and the Fireball traveled internationally, possibly coming into contact with salt water, which speeds up corrosion dramatically.
Chat, hold on. I gotta pee. I am sorry. Type shit. Aura. Now let's go. Wow.
So for years, this ride was then hidden from view until that support beam just couldn't handle the stress anymore and catastrophically failed. After the accident, similar Fireball rides were shut down worldwide. Rides in New Jersey, California, Illinois, Indiana all closed as a precaution. But something else also came from this tragedy. Governor Mike DeWine signed Tyler's Law in 2019, which strengthened safety inspection standards, defined qualifications for ride inspectors, and outlined ride owner responsibilities. Thunder River Rapids, crushed to death. Most theme park accidents come out of nowhere. This one didn't. The signs were there. Failing pumps, ignored warnings, a ride running long past its prime, and on one Tuesday afternoon in 2016, everything those warnings predicted happened at once. October 25th. Dreamworld, Australia's largest amusement park on the Gold Coast. Families are enjoying what's supposed to be a fun day out. Among them are Kate Goodchild and her brother Luke Dorset, along with Luke's partner Ruzi Aragi and Cindy Lowe. They're on the Thunder River Rapids ride, one of those circular raft attractions that bounce
So they-
artificial rapids. Kate's daughter, 12-year-old Ebony Turner, and Cindy's 10-year-old son Kieran are with them. 6 people in one raft, laughing, splashing, having the time of their lives. Then everything goes catastrophically wrong. The ride depended on 2 large water pumps to maintain proper water levels. One of those pumps failed, causing the water level to drop dangerously low. An empty raft ahead of them got stranded on the conveyor belt. It literally couldn't move forward because there wasn't enough water to float it. It just sat there, stuck on the support rails between the conveyor and the unloading area. About a minute later, the raft carrying those 6 passengers came down the conveyor and collided with the stranded raft 3 times. The impact sent both rafts pivoting upwards, driven by the still-moving conveyor belt beneath them. What happened next was absolutely horrific. The first raft eventually fell back down to a level position, but the second raft, the one with Kate, Luke, Ruzi, Cindy, and the 2 children, was forced completely vertical by the conveyor. Picture a raft standing straight up on its end, and everyone inside it either falling out or getting trapped against the moving machinery. The raft started coming apart, shaking so hard that thrown out. Ebony was hanging on for dear life, held only by her seatbelt, while Ruzi and Cindy at the back got pulled into the moving parts of the ride. The 2 were crushed instantly. The other 2 drowned. The compression forces were so immense that from a medical perspective, it must have caused crushed bones, ruptured organs, and or blocked airways. The bodies recovered were badly disfigured from crush and compression injuries. Luke Dorset spent his final moments trying to save his niece. As the raft went vertical and everyone started falling, he stopped Ebony from falling out. He died alongside his sister Kate and his partner Ruzi, but Ebony survived. She and Kieran managed to climb out of the vertical raft onto nearby platforms once staff finally shut down the conveyor. More than 7 paramedic crews responded, along with firefighters and police. It took until the early hours of the next morning to recover all the bodies. Now you're probably going to be angry when I tell you this, but that was the 3rd pump failure that day. The 5th in a week. The ride had been operating for 30 years with pumps that were, quote, bound to fail at some point. Previous safety audits had recommended installing a water level sensor that could have prevented the entire accident. It cost less than $3,000. Yes, that's what stood between those 4 people living and dying. Anyway, the company, lost way more money. At the end of it, they were fined $3.6 million. After that, the Thunder River Rapids ride was permanently closed and dismantled, and Luke was posthumously awarded a bravery commendation for saving his niece's life. Cedar Point, struck and killed by train. Among universal fears, I think we all share the one where you check your pockets and your phone isn't there. This device is practically an extension of ourselves. So when James A. Young dropped his phone at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, his first instinct to go after it ended up costing him more than he anticipated. It happened back in August of 2015. James was 45 years old and worked as an intervention specialist at Louisville Elementary School. He just accepted his dream job as a guidance counselor at Sebring High School. His students loved him. He was the kind of teacher who'd buy shoes for a kid who didn't have any, the kind of guy who made sure there was no bullying on his watch. And every summer before school started back up, James had this tradition with his longtime friends at Cedar Point. So there they were on a Thursday evening around 5 p.m., and James decided to ride the Raptor, one of Cedar Point's signature roller coasters. When it debuted back in 1994, This thing was the world's tallest and longest inverted coaster, reaching speeds of 57 miles per hour while flipping riders upside down and around. The kind of ride where everything in your pocket is begging to fly out, which is exactly what happened. James lost his wallet and cell phone during the ride. They fell somewhere in the restricted area beneath the coaster tracks. And guys, we don't blame the victim here, but what happened next is something I beg you to never try in your life. So, after getting off the ride, instead of going to the park staff to report his lost items, which is what you're supposed to do, James jumped the security fence into the restricted zone under the Raptor. His aunt Deborah Moore later said that given his height and athleticism, scaling that fence was nothing to him. He probably thought he could hop over, grab his stuff, and be back in under a minute. But the Raptor was still running. Trains were still flying overhead at nearly 60 miles per hour. And before he could go back with his things, he was struck by an oncoming Raptor train. His skull was cracked by the impact, which makes sense as what happens when something moving at 57 miles per hour hits your head. The human skull can withstand a lot, but not that kind of velocity and force. Park safety officials responded immediately, but James died from his injuries at the scene. Of course, his family and friends were devastated. Six Flags over Texas, ejected from seat.
Hold on, chick. Sir, chat. We're gonna do this right though. So yeah. I can use a little more to drink, but that's fine. For now. It's cool. Alright, let's get back to it. I'm sorry. So sad. So sad.
Millions of people ride roller coasters every year and walk off laughing or swearing to the other one again. But every so often, one ride goes catastrophically wrong, and the second group probably feels vindicated. On July 19th of 2013, on a 14-story hybrid coaster in Texas, Rosa Esparza became the victim of one of these machines. It was the Six Flags Over Texas in Arlington. It's early evening, around 6:45 p.m., and 52-year-old Rosa Esparza is about to ride a roller coaster for the first time in her life. She's there with her daughter Araceli and son-in-law, and they're all excited to try the Texas Giant. This massive 14-story hybrid coaster that twists and turns at around 60 miles per hour with what the park calls the world's steepest drop. Rosa gets seated in the third row, left side. Nobody sits next to her. The T-shaped lap bar comes down over her lap, and here's where the first warning sign showed up. An employee who checked her restraint thought it felt, quote, or not as tight as it should be. So the employee went back to check the indicator lights on the control panel, the ones that light up when restraints are secure, and saw no signs of a problem. Witnesses said Rosa had questions about whether she was secured correctly. Another witness wrote in an email to investigators that while getting on the ride, a woman was screaming that her leg was trapped and the gates closed. I mean, clearly there were concerns before this ride even started.
Of course.
The train takes off. Rosa's daughter and son-in-law are seated right in front of her. The coaster climbs that first massive hill, and then comes the drop. 79 degrees, nearly vertical. Cody Rush was on the same train within arm's reach of Rosa. He said she was laughing and smiling when the ride started. Then everything went horribly wrong. As the train descended that first hill, witnesses heard Rosa yelling. Several people described hearing a popping sound from her seat. When the train went over the second bump, Rosa was thrown forward violently. She may have hit her head. Her daughter Araceli turned around and saw her mother, quote, almost completely upside down, with her head near the floor of the cart and feet straight up in the air. Then, as the ride began the third ascent into a turn, Araceli watched her mother get tossed out of the cart. Rosa fell 75 feet, higher than a 7-story building. She struck a metal support beam first, then on the metal roof of the Honky Tonk Tunnel, covering a lower track. When the officer found her from an observation deck, he reported that, quote, the body had completely been severed almost in half and came to rest against a wooden beam on top of the metal building. The autopsy showed extensive trauma to the torso and multiple traumatic injuries. The fall alone was brutal, but hitting the metal support beams is really what tore her body apart. The family filed a lawsuit against the company and revealed the suspicion we'd had from the very beginning. The safety systems weren't working properly. Six Flags even replaced the limit switch in the very seat Rosa had been riding in because they found it was defective. It was her first visit to Six Flags, her first roller coaster ride, and sadly, her last. America Sings, Crushed Between Walls.
Damn.
Working at Disneyland, you'd think the biggest risk would be dealing with cranky tourists or getting a heat stroke in a character costume. On the day of July 8th, 1974, an 18-year-old hostess named Deborah Gale Stone learned that sometimes the stage itself can become that big risk. A death trap, in fact. Deborah had just graduated from high school, and she was working at Disneyland's newest attraction to make some money before college. She landed a gig at America Sings, this rotating theater show that had opened just 9 days earlier on June 29th. The attraction featured animatronic animals singing songs from different periods of American musical history, basically wholesome. The building had an outer ring of 6 theaters that rotated mechanically around a stationary center stage every few minutes. As a hostess, Deborah's job was to stand at the edge of the stage and greet each new audience over a microphone as they settled into the seating area. The outer ring would rotate, carrying the audience into the first scene of the show. Simple enough, right? But there was this narrow channel between the rotating theater wall and the non-moving stage wall, just enough space for the mechanism to operate. And during the 45-second interval when one audience had left and the theater was moving into position for the next cycle, that gap became a crushing hazard. At around 11 p.m. that evening, Deborah approached too closely to that area between the rotating wall and the stationary wall. The exact circumstances remain unclear. Maybe she fell, maybe she stepped backwards, maybe she tried to jump from one stage to another as the wall began moving, but somehow she became trapped. Daniel Robinson, a 33-year-old member of the Air Force, was sitting with his family in the front row of an adjoining theater. He looked to his right and saw what he thought was a child being pulled between the platform and wall. He heard a scream. When the platform stopped, he immediately notified operators. Most of the audience thought Deborah's screams were a part of the show. They just sat there watching animatronic animals sing while an 18-year-old girl was being crushed to death between 2 walls a few feet away. The Los Angeles Times reported that she died at 11 p.m. During that 45 seconds, staff got to her, it was already too late. America Sings was immediately closed for 2 days. Disney installed safety lights that would alert operators whenever someone got too close to the danger area. Eventually, they replaced the solid walls with breakaway ones designed to give way if someone got caught, preventing similar accidents. The Los Angeles Times noted that Deborah was, quote, the first employee to be killed in an accident at Disneyland during its 19-year history at that point, and she died doing something as simple as greeting guests at what's supposed to be the happiest place on Earth. Kings Island. 3 deaths, same day. June 9th of 1991 at Kings Island in Ohio became what the Cincinnati Enquirer called the deadliest day in the park's history. 3 people died and a 4th was hospitalized in 2 separate incidents that happened just over an hour apart. It was around 8:30 p.m. Timothy Binning, a 22-year-old from Marymount, was walking near Beer Garden Lake with his buddy William Eddie Haithcote Jr., age 21, from Oakley. They were just hanging out, probably winding down from their day at the park. Timothy reached over the wooden walkway to splash some water.
That's crazy.
When suddenly he shocked and fell into the lake. Eddie didn't hesitate. He saw his friend fall in and immediately jumped into the water to save him. At the same time, Daryl Robertson, a 20-year-old Kings Island security guard from also jumped in to help. Both men were trying to do the right thing, trying to save someone's life. But the water was electrified. Both Eddie and Darrell were fatally electrocuted the moment they hit the water. And FYI, electrocution happens because when electricity passes through your body, it disrupts your heart's electrical signals, causing cardiac arrest, and your heart stops. Your muscles contract involuntarily. You can't move, you can't breathe, you can't swim. I mean, death in such a case can happen in seconds. But with burns on his arms and neck. He had to live knowing that his friend and a security guard died trying to rescue him. Investigations by electrical experts and OSHA determined that an aerator pump, basically a device that adds oxygen to the water, had surged and didn't have a functioning ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI. That's the safety device that's supposed to cut power instantly when electricity hits water. Without it, the entire lake became a death trap. OSHA fined Kings Island $23,500 for 7 safety violations. But that same night wasn't done with tragedy. About an hour and 15 minutes later, around 9:45 p.m., 32-year-old Candy Taylor from Toledo was riding the Flight Commander, this ride that had opened just the year before in 1990. It featured 22-person pods circling a central tower, and riders could use a joystick to make the capsules go up, down, or roll 360 degrees. Candy had a blood alcohol content of 0.3, nearly 4 times the legal driving limit according to the coroner's report. Somehow she'd slipped through the ride's restraints into the empty seat next to her, which didn't have restraints in place. When the pod rolled upside down, well, she fell out, and she dropped 60 feet.
Damn!
That height is hitting the ground at roughly 43 miles per hour. The impact causes massive trauma, skull fractures, brain hemorrhaging, broken bones, ruptured organs. It's almost always fatal. Officials blame a design flaw in the ride. The fact that someone could slip from one seat to another while the ride was in motion, and that one seat didn't have restraints, was a catastrophic oversight. Kings Island modified the restraints and seat dividers, and the Flight Commander eventually reopened a year later in April of 1992, but it only operated until 1995 before being permanently closed and dismantled. Krug Park, worst accident of the 90s. If you know anything about old school amusement parks, you know they were basically summer magic in wooden form, and Krug Park in was the place to be. Until this happened. July 24th, 1930. The sun's still up, and Krug Park is packed with families trying to beat the summer heat. The place had been Omaha's premier amusement destination since the early 1900s. 72-horse merry-go-round, a swimming pool with a wave machine, dance pavilion where couples paid 5 cents a dance. It was the park. The Big Dipper roller coaster was one of Krug Park's main attractions. Nothing fancy by today's standards, but back then it was a big deal. Cars full of children and teenagers were climbing up one of those classic wooden tracks, probably screaming with excitement, when suddenly, a bolt came loose. 4 cars full of passengers plunged 35 feet to the ground. 4 people died. Ruth Claire Farrell, Tony Politica, both age 22, Gladys Lundgren, age 29, and Herschel Stout, age 34. 17 others were injured. At 35 feet, that's like a 3-story building. For those who died, it was likely instantaneous. For the 17 who survived, we were looking at broken bones, concussions, potentially permanent disabilities. At the time, this was called the worst roller coaster accident in the nation. And honestly, it probably still holds that grim distinction nearly a century later. The Omaha Bee News reported that authorities promised a, quote, thorough searching investigation that would probably result in a permanent ban on roller coasters in Omaha. And that's exactly what happened. The Omaha City Council immediately passed an ordinance banning roller coasters in the city. Grad Night.
Damn.
The old wall got struck.
That was
by lightning.
crazy.
Out of all the rides in Disneyland, you'd never expect the People Mover to be dangerous. It's basically a moving sidewalk with 2 seats, 2 miles per hour. It was actually very tame and probably very fun if you prefer no drops or in-the-air thrills. It's the type of ride you take to rest your legs. Nobody expected that on June 8th of 1980, inside one of Tomorrowland's tunnels, that slow-moving train turned into something deadly. That night was the Grad Night, this massive celebration of 18,000 high school seniors from all over Southern California.
I can't do that.
The end of an era.
Nope.
So the park's packed with teenagers riding everything they can before the sun comes up. Among them is Gerardo Gonzalez, an 18-year-old from San Diego High School, celebrating his accomplishments at what would have been one of the best nights of his life. Gerardo Gerardo decided to ride the people mover. Somewhere during that ride, as the train passed through a tunnel, Gerardo climbed out of his car. Why? Well, as dumb as it sounds, he wanted to switch roller train cars. Here's what happened next. Anaheim police said Gonzalez was trying to get to another car when he lost his footing and landed on the track. Another train was following at a distance of 75 to 100 feet behind him. The people mover is automatic. The trains run continuously unless an operator intervenes. And in those few moments between when Gerardo fell onto the track and when someone could hit an emergency stop, that second train reached the teenager and dragged him until the ride's operator could be notified to stop the cars. By the time Disney medical personnel and Anaheim paramedics arrived, it was too late. Gerardo was pronounced dead at the scene from what the article describes as extensive internal injuries that may have been caused more by being dragged than by the impact itself. This was the sixth fatal accident in Disneyland's 25-year history at that point, and it was the second death involving the people mover. Back in 1967, another teenager had been killed in nearly identical circumstances. Coincidence? No, of course not. And still, the people mover continued operating with open cars and no barriers preventing people from climbing out. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you think I earned your subscription, it would be awesome if you could subscribe. If you think I told the stories pretty well, make sure to leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. And also, the videos are out on Spotify. So if you want to listen to me while you sleep, actually, you can do that here. I don't know. If you want to listen to me on Spotify, I've been checking the analytics. Or maybe there's even new people who don't even... It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Because I already watch it, bruh. I already watch it. So, yeah. Chat, y'all good? Is my crunching getting to you? Yeah, I really do want to see this chat, and then we done.
Hitting him and like he tried to call himself like hitting back or grabbing towards me, and next thing
I don't know who shot, but they said somebody shot.
it's three girls. Where did one of us get a gun from?
This is Shantaria Cinnamon Jones, Shay Yeldon, and Dion Nettles. 3 people.
No, run that back. Them some wretched ass damn names. You can judge me, chat. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Run that back. What you say to me?
Like I just was hitting him and like he tried to call himself like hitting back or grabbing towards me, and next thing
I don't know who shot, but they said somebody shot.
it's three girls. Where did one of us get a gun from?
This is Shantaria Cinnamon Jones, Shay Yeldon, and
Yeah.
Dion Nettles.
That's okay.
3 people whose lives are so poorly constructed that they make a 5-year-old caught with cookie crumbs on their face look like a criminal mastermind.
A minute later, this man ends up dead.
A minute.
A minute later.
And then I guess y'all are saying it's 3 girls in the car.
Exactly.
So one of us did something to him, is what y'all trying to say?
Correct.
No.
But little do they know, the technology they used to arrange the crime left a digital trail that will destroy every alibi they've constructed. Now, each suspect will do anything to save themselves, even if it means throwing each other under.
Who y'all think did it, chat? Was it the male? Or the female with hair? Or the female with no hair? Which one y'all feeling?
The bus.
It's too late already. It's already.
Already you crying?
10 p.m. on June 22nd, 2016. Law enforcement in Pensacola, Florida, received multiple 911 calls reporting gunshots and a body in the street in the Mayfair neighborhood. First responders discovered 19-year-old Jaquan Berry lying on Trenton Avenue, deceased from multiple gunshot wounds. Witnesses reported seeing a bronze-colored vehicle fleeing the scene at a high speed with its headlights off and a shattered rear window. The initial investigation seemed straightforward. a drug deal gone wrong in a high-crime area. But what police discovered next would unravel 3 different versions of the same story, told by 3 young women who had no idea just how much evidence existed against them. Jaquan had been on his phone with AAA, trying to arrange a tow truck when he was approached for the drug transaction. He'd posted on social media about having marijuana for sale, using the gas emoji that dealers commonly use to advertise. A user named Shay Weezy had responded to his post, and the two began messaging back and forth to arrange a meeting. What Shantaria Jones, Shaylin Yeldon, and Kim Maria Miles don't know was that every message was time-stamped, every location was tracked, and their plan to use what investigators would later suspect might have been counterfeit money was about to cost a teenager his life. Detectives bring in 20-year-old Shantaria, who goes by the nickname Cinnamon. Right now, she has no idea that police have already impounded her car, and interviewed her boyfriend Dion, who has told him way more than Shantaria knows.
So just to let you know, okay, Cinnamon, we've done a lot of homework.
Yeah, I do all y'all homework.
We are not the dope police.
I know.
We don't care about none of that. You know what we do?
Y'all are investigating.
For?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
We are homicide investigators.
Ooh.
We deal with dead bodies.
Woo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, this is pretty serious. You hit the nail on the head when we came in the door, and you said this seems serious.
No, it was serious when they came to my door.
It's very, very serious. Okay. What were you doing Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, sometime? Around, let's say.
Since I haven't been working, I have like been home.
Popping it for a pimp.
All day. Anybody in my apartment can tell you that. My cousins live. I have cousins I didn't even know lived out there. Live right next door to me.
What's her name?
Catherine. And then my older cousin, his name is Anthony.
Who is Kima?
Kima?
Mm-hmm.
Kima is a friend of ours.
What's her real name?
Kimaria.
Kimaria?
Mm-hmm.
You know how to spell it?
Mm-hmm.
Spell it for me.
Kemaria.
What's her last name?
Miles, I think.
M-I-L-E-S?
Yeah.
M-Y-L-E-S?
I don't know which one, but I'll go with M-Y because I never heard her say M-I.
M-Y-L-E-S. How old is she?
Oh, you just extra snitching.
She got like 21, 22.
You don't know her birthday?
No, I don't.
What apartment she stay in?
On the right side at the top.
God damn. Yo. This dip right here is so fucking good. But besides that, she is snitching her ass off. She is snitching her ass off, chat. That's mad crazy.
Was she over there with you? Wednesday night?
Mm-hmm.
Who else was there?
Me, her, my cousins, pretty much everybody. We play phase 10 and spades a lot, so we always between each other's houses. From my cousin's house that's on my left of me, we always go almost like every night at my house playing cards.
Was that right?
So who all was there that night?
The same people.
Wednesday night.
Same people.
Shantaria wants detectives to believe she spent Wednesday night playing cards with family. Just a sick mom and a quiet night at home. But detectives already know she's lying.
At any point in time, did you guys go anywhere that night?
Yeah, we went to Fast Lane.
To where?
Fast Lane.
Where's that at?
The store by Mayfair.
Store by Mayfair. Okay, what time did you guys go over there?
It was like 9 something.
Fast Lane store in Mayfair. Is that the one that's right there at the corner of Louisiana? Is it Louisiana? In Fairfield?
It's at the light. Which I think
okay, Ruby in Fairfield.
Yeah.
Used to be old Beer City or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, and y'all went over there at what time?
By around 9.
And what'd y'all go there for?
Well, we were supposed to be meeting somebody to bring us some weed, honestly. And I just got like skeptical and fishy, and we ended up leaving because we was trying to get a half, and he was like, the prices just didn't really sound right or whatnot. And so he was supposed to meet us up there at Fastlane, but when Shay called him, she called him from the house, and we was already talking about the prices or whatever at the house. So when we got to the store, he called her back, and her phone was like, whatever. It wasn't. It just she drops it all the time. She was all cracked up and basically on his last leg already. So she called back, and he didn't answer. So then he started like calling from private, and I was like, bro, I don't think we should get no weed from him, and we left. And then I think like I feel like I'm here because I feel like someone feels like I'm tied to this because shortly after we left, I heard those gunshots and I heard all the sirens. And then out the blue, some bitch just wrote me last night on Facebook, and I just woke up to it, and I'm like, and then they came to my door today. So it's my spiritual being. I'm kind of putting the chain of events together. Like this is what I'm getting.
So Shantaria obviously knows she needs to explain why her car was near Mayfair. And yet, that's not at all the full story. Rather than admitting they drove to the murder scene, she claims they got spooked at a gas station and left.
So
well, you about half right.
I know.
So you go.
I want to go do crime scene investigation. So this is like my
all right. Well,
forte.
let's do one right now today. Yeah. All right. So you go over to Ruby and Fairfield to the Fastlane store at around. You said what time?
Like 9-ish.
All right.
And like,
all right.
So
who's in the car with you?
Me and Shay.
Just you and Shay.
Me and Shay. Kima.
Okay. So Kima, Shay, and you. All right. And who else is in the car?
Nothing, just us.
All right. And who's making this deal up? Who's trying to set this transaction up for the week?
What you mean? He wrote us. That's when it was fishy.
He wrote you?
Yeah, like
just out of the blue. Hey, you want some?
Like you know how people post. Yeah, I know y'all be on Facebook when people like, I got perks, I got tabs, I got gas. So we made Shay made a status, and she was like gas.
What was her Facebook name?
Shay.
Shay what?
Shay Weezy. Yep.
All right.
So he wrote her talking about gas or whatever, and then it was supposed to go from there, but after we was trying to get in touch with him, and then he started calling from private, and then he was like telling us to come on different streets, and I was like, I'm not going back there because it was just girls and it wasn't no dudes. So I'm like, we didn't know him from Adam and Eve, so I'm not gonna just go.
How did Shay know to hook up, call him?
Shay didn't know to hook up and call him. He inboxed her. That's
so
what they
just out
do.
of the blue, he inboxed.
If you go get my phone right now, and I make a status sitting in front of y'all, and I put gas. Do you know how many guys are gonna hop on my status because I'm a girl and I'm pretty? That's what happened. Like him and a couple other people hopped on the status or whatever and was inboxing her. So she was like, where can we meet you at? Because we never go directly to people because it's a creep city. People do people all the time. A lot of my friends is dead behind shit like this.
And so whenever she's messaging back and forth, is she talking to him on Messenger?
He originally he called on Messenger, and then he was like, when y'all pull up, call my phone. And we pull up. When we got to the gas station, we called, and then he answered and he hung up.
You sure? You didn't pull up?
Yep.
Can you go grab your laptop real quick?
Little does Shantaria know, that laptop contains every Facebook message her cousin sent to Jaquan.
And little does she know, that's what had her fucked up. And we're going to find out how together when I put my dip up and grab these chips. Give me a second. check. We back. We are back.
Now, let's go back a little bit. I don't want you to lie to me, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Okay, we're gonna work through this, and we're gonna do it right, and we're gonna do it the right way.
All right.
Just so happens,
Yeah.
I pull little boys phone records.
Up, yeah.
I see where Shay calls him, and he misses the call at 9:54.
Wait, whoa.
He immediately turns around and calls her right back. Talks to her for 37 seconds.
Yeah, that's when he was trying to get us to come somewhere else, so we wouldn't.
Right. And then y'all continued to talk on Messenger.
No.
Hold on, man.
Because it's like, I wasn't talking to him, so I wasn't going to say I continued to talk to him. Like,
Shay, whoever's setting this deal up is continuing to talk to him on Messenger. That's how y'all knew. Because you just told me he tried to get us to come back in there, and you didn't want to go back there because it's creepy and this, that, and the other. All right. So you scared, right? Right off the bat, you scared.
No, I'm not scared. I mean, it's the streets. It's just covering your ass. Like, why would you go to where somebody telling you to go? If you supposed to meet me at the store, you supposed to meet me at the store. If you supposed to meet me at Walmart, you supposed to meet me at Walmart. Why tell me to come somewhere else and then call from private?
But on the other hand, it's also creepy to put out a status gas and go meet some dude that just happens to inbox
No, it's
you.
not creepy because people do it every day. It's sad, but
People may do it. People
every
may
day.
do it every day, and I'm not doubting you one bit, sweetheart.
No, I know that for a fact. That
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't see what's creepy about that.
But hold on, because it's a stranger, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was Shantae Myers?
Shantae Myers. I don't know who that is.
All right.
Go over to sign right there.
There it is, right there.
Go up, and that starts right there. You're right.
The gas emoji. I told y'all.
Right. 1 1/4.
Yeah.
He tells you 60. Where you at? What about half? And he says 85 the lowest, but this is some good shit. And I'm in Mayfair, right?
Yep, and that was like a red flag already because I don't go in Mayfair.
You said I gotta pull up.
You asked him if you got to pull up.
Yeah.
And he said yeah.
And then he makes a call.
Yep.
At 9:26. Then you said,
How do they have this?
and I'm in Warrington.
That's what I want to
I
know.
gotta pull up this time. I gotta get you.
Hey, it says right here, got to pull up this time. I got you. If you with me again,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And then I'll pull up what you need. We're at Mayfair. The back. Street name.
Yeah, because
LOL.
we know where
Mayfair
she was
Hughes.
going, yeah.
He says Edison. All right.
And she,
then
she
she
called
calls him
trying to
again.
figure out where Edison was.
All right. And then he calls her from this app. He gives you the address.
And his phone number.
And his phone number.
And that's
1000.
how- And I told him, like, I'm not going back there. I didn't even know where Trenton was. I'm most familiar with Garfield.
Hold on. I'm on the way. I called my phone and went in Mayfair. You got it ready? Yes. Where you at? I'm on Trenton.
Yeah.
So now y'all on Trenton.
No.
And why would she put in here I'm on Trenton?
Because that's where he told us to meet him at.
Okay, listen. I already prefaced this. Well, let's don't lie to each other. Okay? Because we know something.
It's like, bro.
Shantaria stays defiant. Curled up in her chair as detectives continue by line through the messages.
So if I'm on Trenton, he on Trenton, there still was no calls. Never seen him, never came.
Okay. A minute later, this man ends up dead.
A minute.
A minute later.
And then I guess y'all are saying, it's 3 girls in the car.
Exactly.
So one of us did something to him, is what y'all trying to say.
Correct.
No.
Here, let me help this for you. And I'll hit the fast forward button here on this, okay? All right.
Let me get this. Let me speed this shit.
You right? He inboxed y'all or whatever. Now, and let me talk. I don't want you to say a word. All right? All right. Do I think that you're a cold-blooded murderer?
Yes.
Do I think your girlfriends who are with you are cold-blooded murderers? Absolutely not. I know what cold-blooded murders are. You sitting in the same seat as many of them have. Okay? Y'all were young.
Very.
Exactly. Whole life ahead of you.
Very pretty.
However, good things happen to bad people, or bad things happen to good people sometimes, is what I'm trying to say. And whatever happened that night, I mean, too much technology, too many people out there, too much social media, too much everything, okay? Now, yeah, this guy, he's out here.
Bro, he is running that game. Bro, he running that game. Oh, he's good.
Selling weed. Yeah. All right, if he wasn't out there selling weed, would he have gotten killed that night? Probably not. A lot of times we put ourselves in bad, people who get killed put themselves in bad places sometimes. Not always, but a lot of times they doing something wrong. Yeah. All right. And here you are, 3 girls. You don't know if you're going to get jacked. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Okay. All right. So once we work this murder, all right, and we start compiling our information, autopsy, shell casings, evidence at the scene, phone, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. All right. I like to say, when we bring you in here, I say, you can tell the story for us. Or if you don't, when we go to court, I'm going to tell it for you.
Oh, boy.
All right. So, regardless of this kid, 19-year-old kid, okay, young kid, all right, regardless of whatever he was still a son. He was still a brother. He was still an uncle. You know, he was a grandchild. All right, and nobody has the right to take anybody's life. Do absolutely. That's why we're sitting here today, because we have done our homework. All right, because we have Shay on her way in, and we have Kima on her way in. All right, we have your car. We have your car seized. We seized your car today.
Yeah, okay. I seen that, and I'm like,
how'd you see that? How do you know?
Well, I didn't see that. They told me when I was sitting on the porch right before I came here.
The detective is using a classic technique here. By acknowledging that Shantaria isn't a career criminal, he's giving her an off-ramp. Showing the victim as more than just a drug dealer humanizes him, perhaps pulling at her heartstrings. She's given a chance to explain what really happened before the evidence speaks for itself. But she's not taking it. Not yet. What Shantaria doesn't know is that her 2 friends are about to throw her under the bus completely.
We seized your car, and of course, the first thing, your lovely boyfriend, that y'all's tumultuous relationship that you have, you know, arguing back and forth. So he wants to get that seat on the bus. So he says, "Hey, Sarge, can I talk to you?" I said, "Yeah. What you got, man?" So we go talking a little private, you know, in the back of the car, and bring him down here. And he said, "My old lady, my girlfriend, told me and her mother what happened last night." All right?
So what you just said, he told you this today. So he said, I told him this last night.
Said you told, that's what he said. You told your mom and him at the same time about what took place. And hang on, let me talk. Okay? All right? Because we know that the window got busted out in the car during the shooting because the boy got dragged. You know, he got dragged for a little ways. All right?
That's crazy.
All right, I see that the car's been wiped down. It hadn't been wiped down all that good. We have it in our evidence bay. All right? So, and he said, yeah, it was Kima, and it was my old lady, and he said it was Shay. And he said, my old lady's the one that killed him.
Yeah, it was all together, but no.
He said, my lady's the one that killed him.
Why would he say that? And how would he lie and say that I told him and my mom? That means that my mom should be telling y'all the same thing. And he's trying to get himself out of trouble for something. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie on him and say, oh, my boyfriend did it, because he wasn't in the car.
He said he was home with his 1-year-old.
Yeah, he was at my house. So how he going to say that I told him? Anyways, okay, so I will back it up. Okay, we did go on train.
Shantaria thinks she can control this narrative. Unfortunately, It's falling apart faster than a house of cards in a hurricane. Because just down the hall, Dion had already talked to detectives.
All right, Dion. We're investigating a homicide.
So that's the boyfriend
We're
chat.
listening to you, brother.
Okay, what I heard was it was 3 females.
That's crazy.
Kima and Shani. They were supposed to be going to get some weed from the guy. So within them getting the weed, I don't know, they went to tussling or whatever. Then I heard, I don't know who shot, but they said somebody shot and killed him. And they shot like 4 or 5 times, and he was hanging on to the door or whatever, and he fell off. Like they kind of ran him over or whatever.
Okay. So you tell me them females' names again.
Sleazy.
Sleazy. Now, would that be fair to say that is that
that's
Shay?
Shay.
Shay
Oh.
Leasy?
No, just say Shay. Shay better. You can put Shay Leasy, Shay Sleazy, but Shay, they know her as Shay.
But that's what she goes by, like on Facebook and stuff like
He
that.
said it. He said it.
She look like, what she look like?
Oh.
She dark skin with long haircut.
She like a boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
She look like a boy is wild.
Either one. Everybody know her as Shay though.
Okay. Shay Leasy. All right. And who was the other one you said?
Shani. Shunny.
U-N-N-Y. All right.
And Kema. Kema.
Bro,
Dion just
he
gave up all
is.
3 women in under 2 minutes.
He trying to
Police were
fly.
carefully not
That
saying
bird is
who
singing.
actually pulled the trigger.
Did Cinnamon at any point in time, your girl ever disclose anything to you about what happened over there?
No, sir.
She never told you, or Shay never said anything to you about anything that took place over there? Did you ever see any kind of blood or anything inside that car?
No, sir. I ain't seen no blood or anything. All I noticed was the broken glass and that was it.
All right. How about this, man? All right, let me.
I messed up, Jet, when I hit this one.
Things, all right, because
I ain't gonna
I
hold you.
appreciate your honesty, and like I said, I told you from the get-go. All right, I want you to be 100% honest, because in this business we end.
Yes, sir.
All right, there's 2 things. You either are what we call not a suspect, a witness, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you're a suspect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you probably won't stay on that. I'm not a suspect based upon what you saying you did that night. All right. Now, going back to when we were out there at the scene when I read you your rights. All right. Now, you didn't allude just then, or you didn't say, because you told me out there that last night she told you and her mama what happened. Huh?
Huh?
You did not say that. No, so you calling me a liar?
Oh no, I just what else you need to know from me?
The truth, brother. I mean, you know everything you said in that truck is recorded, right?
Okay.
Do you realize that?
Yeah.
So we go pull that audio and pull that video out of that truck that you were sitting in when you said that, and play your voice back, and you hear yourself say that.
Dion is caught in a lie that he can't escape. He's on tape talking to police the night before. And now he's already implicated the 3 women, including his girlfriend. Now he's trying to walk it back, but doing such a bad job that he will end up implicating himself and going down as an accessory to murder.
You know, bad shit happens to good people sometimes. It may have gone bad. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to figure out. But the thing, Dion, I don't want you to get hemmed up on it, man. And like I said, I've shot you straight from the get-go. I've been truthful to everything I've told you since I made face-to-face with you out there. Is that today, now, if you're honest, you know, can't go, oh man, sorry, my bad. I forgot to say this. Sorry, my bad, I forgot to say that, because you know she's going to be coming in. We picking her up.
Yeah.
All right? So you better hope her love for you is strong, because heaven forbid she puts it on Dion. You know what I'm saying? Or says Dion did this or Dion said that. Because I remember what I said, first person on the bus gets a seat. You're the first person we talk to.
Yeah.
So I could understand this, man, if this was your brother, your mama, your daddy. This is just some chick you messing with, bro. You know?
That's all she is to you. She ain't your baby mama. So I can't buy no loyalty on that.
And if you don't think she'd drop a dime on you and run a whole
to save her ass, she ain't hard. She ain't cut out for prison.
The detective is playing Dion perfectly. He's pointing
Oh.
out that Shantaria might throw him under the bus to save herself. And Dion knows it's true.
See, if you're going to be in the game, you can't be, bro. You got to be locked in. You got to understand. It's levels to this. If I tell you one code word, I need you to go in, both of us captive. And I need you to hate me. I need you to hate me. But don't sell me up under the bus, because I need you to hate me. Sometimes I might need you to love me completely. Sometimes I might need you to not know who I am. Like, if you're going to be my ride or die, and we're going to be in this type of lifestyle, yeah, we're going to have to do certain shit that we don't want to do, but we're going to have to do. Simple as that. They didn't understand that.
But he's still not giving up who pulled the trigger. He's stuck, caught lying on tape, but too loyal or too scared to give the final detail.
When you have knowledge of something that's happened, the only way to set you free, like they say, the truth shall set you free, is to come forward and to be honest and tell your story. If you have knowledge about who did it and who committed it, and you did not come forward, and you're withholding information, it's a possibility that you could be charged with accessory to murder, which carries it's the same charge, it's just accessory to murder. All right. And I mean, I looked at the car out there. We've towed it back, and we're going to go through it. But I can definitely tell that the car has been wiped down. I can see on the windows where the windows have been wiped. And I know them. Did you do that?
No, I didn't do that.
Chicks did it?
They probably did. I know I ain't doing it.
Did you see them do it?
No, I ain't see them do it. I ain't go. But I know I ain't had no parts in the car, anything like that.
What is...
Well, at least he said he ain't see him do it.
Because I know this is eat her up. This is eat her up. That's why she told you what happened. That's why she told her mama what happened.
It might be eating her up, but back in her interrogation room, Shantaria continues to deny. But her story is falling apart, and she just admitted to being on Trenton Street. Detectives are closing in, but it will be Shantaria's own family who will give them the information Dion can't.
No.
That's the thing. Nobody had a gun in the car.
Somebody did.
No, nobody didn't.
Yeah, because he got dragged from that car.
Not from my car.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
How'd your window get broke?
Me and Dion was fighting. That's why I'm trying to figure out why would they tell y'all my window got shot out.
Why would Dion say that something totally different?
That's what I don't understand
And then
that.
why
And then
would we
he
get a
just
phone
went to
call
jail
with a
today.
tip? And why did we get a phone call and a tip that either the night of the murder, after the murder, or that morning that you were frantic, you were seen out there, and you either had is blood on you or blood on the car, either one.
Oh.
I wasn't even, what the fuck, like, bro, no, that's crazy.
It
no,
is crazy.
That's
But
crazy,
you're not
right?
down here handcuffed to that table for no reason.
Right, and no, I wasn't frantic doing nothing. I come outside, daily routine, sit on the porch, smoke my cigarette every morning.
Okay.
What was frantic about that? Why come outside with blood on me when I was just saying, look at the maintenance man, look at the landlord. Everybody's always in everybody's business.
Did you buy weed from a boy?
No, we didn't get it. This is what I'm trying to figure out. And then I'm hearing that he was set up from somebody named Chip, that he was beefing with somebody about some females. So I guess they're thinking that we the females he was beefing about, and we just want to leave.
Any old man even said you got some counterfeit money.
Where would I get it from?
The same place anybody would get.
I've never dealt with counterfeit money. No.
So I'm just telling you what he said.
Y'all must have caused some shit on him. That's crazy. I never thought I would be sitting
Well, he's
in
28
this
years
seat
old. He ain't
and a story getting flipped on me like that. That's crazy. Like, that is really crazy.
I mean,
Is it?
You know, somebody loved this kid.
I know.
You know, somebody loved him. You know.
Somebody.
And that's how he was
something
left.
I would do.
That's how he was left.
That's not something I would do, bro. And then he talking about I shot him. Where I get a gun from to shoot somebody? Why am I gonna pull up and shoot somebody? Y'all know how many people I bought weed from in Pensacola? Why would all of a sudden this one person be somebody that'll be a target to kill? With three
Bruh is shaking.
You're asking me.
and y'all asking me. I
Well, let me ask
understand
you
that.
this. Why?
Like,
Hold on.
and then the weed right there,
Ma'am.
so I didn't even like.
Cinnamon, listen to me.
Yes, I am. This is just crazy.
Listen
like,
to what I'm telling you. You asking me all this, why would I do this, why would I do that? Why would you sit in that chair right there, given the opportunity, looking at it in black and white or blue and white, however you want to describe it on this computer right here?
Because
in
like,
thing, and you say, I never went to Trenton. I never went to Trenton.
Because like anybody else, I'm scared as
Meanwhile, 22-year-old Shaylin Shay Yeldon has just arrived at the station for questioning. She's Shantaria's first cousin and roommate. Right now, she thinks she can explain away the Facebook messages as a coincidence. She has no idea detectives have that laptop open with her entire conversation history loaded and ready to go.
I'm definitely going to show you some of my hand in this game that we're talking about. All right? But just like, you know, when I explained to her, everything we do is audio taped and recorded and videotaped. So that way, when court date comes, trial comes, they can see that how sincere a person was. Because, you know, as I explained to Cinnamon, what you see on TV is when the person, you know, they come down to the police station, whatever, you see that on TV, and then they get arrested, and on down the road they go to trial or whatever, and then a lot of times the person who's arrested don't testify.
Oh, Jet, let me put my phone on the charger. Door to my room. Anyways,
They don't get on the stand or whatever, cause them on the stand. Sometimes they do. But honestly, this is the only time, or one of the only times that you get to tell your story where the public and the people that will watch this later on can see your emotions, you know, how you feel. If you act like you cared, act like you didn't care. So, with that being said, all right, now I know what you just said about your mom. All right, I know that'd be different. I know when that came on, you and her were together. All right, and that y'all were, because I have the phones, I know it was going to go buy weed.
The detective is laying it all out on the table in front of Shay right at the beginning. What she doesn't know is that the detectives have those Facebook messages they showed her cousin Shantaria earlier. And while Shay has been sitting in the waiting area thinking they're all keeping their story straight, Shantaria has been watching her lies get systematically dismantled.
Yeah.
Now, it's Shay's turn.
I am over my limit. I wasn't trying to be 3 hours on the stream.
Let's see.
I appreciate y'all watching now. I do.
Recognize that. Recognize that? Now,
Bro, I'm close to calling it because.
that this old boy tried to rob you.
Jeez.
Did he?
Yes.
Of what? Your money? How much money did he try to rob you of?
60.
For the bag? Did you ever get the weed or never got it?
Never got it.
Never got it? All right. And I know this is hard, but I'm telling you, this wasn't going away, and you've probably been thinking about it ever since it happened. Because you ain't a bad person. She's not a bad person. Y'all not criminals. Y'all not. Y'all really not. When he tried to rob you, what'd he say?
Just was like, give it up.
Did he got in the car with you?
You can almost see Shay deflate here. She knows she's caught. The only thing left for her to do is fess up.
Who was driving, baby? Were you driving or was Cinnamon? Cinnamon was driving. And who was in the front passenger? You?
I was in the front passenger.
And she was in the back?
Yes, sir.
And then he gets in the, obviously he gets in the passenger side behind you. So he gets in the car and says, give it up. All right. And then what?
After that, it's like everything just went blank. Like we went for, I gave him my money. Like, I was asking for the weed. Like, where is that?
It's all right.
And
It's all right.
he didn't want to give it to me. And it's like he's in the car.
Had you already given him your money?
I had already gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he didn't want to give it to me. And it's like we kind of got like in a scuffle a little bit.
This was all in the car?
Yeah, kind of. And
Were you out or still sitting in the car?
like, I was still in the car.
But were you, I guess, if, here's your driver, and Kima, she's sitting over here behind the driver.
No.
Other side?
No. Just, matter of fact, I haven't talked about it since it has happened.
I know.
It's kind of hard.
I know, baby.
Just coming back.
Hey, it's gonna be okay. Okay? It's gonna be all right. And go ahead and take a deep breath. Now, it's gonna be all right, okay?
Pretty much. He wasn't like trying to think what's in the car, was he outside the car?
I know what the evidence shows because he got dragged some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, King was on Cinnamon's side. And
No.
Old boy was behind you.
Behind me.
But did he keep the door open?
He did.
Okay.
So as we got the scruffling a little bit, of course, Kim was like my big sister. She wasn't gonna let anything happen to us or anything in that nature. So as he kept scruffling and fighting with me, I hit him in his face, and then next thing you know,
Did you hit him with a pistol?
hit him with my fist.
That bitch with a bottle.
So all this happening, baby, I'm going to go in a minute. I mean, he's got the door kind of open, and he's halfway in, halfway kind of out.
Yeah.
And is your door open, or you you turned around in the seat?
I'm turning around in the seat because I don't want to get out. I'm my safest place right now is the car.
Right.
So I didn't get out. So I just turned around and I just hit him. He got to hit me back. He still didn't give what we came for. And
So he was going to basically, you saying he was going to take your money and then try to haul ass and not. Okay. All right. And who had a pistol?
I can't believe it.
Huh? I mean, it honestly, at this stage of the game, I mean, it doesn't matter, if you had it, if Kima had it, or if Cinnamon had it. But what is important to note is that, one, the gun is to be taken off the street so nobody else gets a hold of it. It needs to be destroyed. So You know, no kid gets it, no kid gets shot, nobody else does a shooting with it or anything like that. Okay? Where is that gun?
The gun is, I honestly don't know. I wasn't with nobody when they disposed of it.
Shay's just given up a lot. What she hasn't admitted to yet was who shot the gun. Back in the other room, Shantaria has no idea how close Shay is to caving completely. She also has no idea detectives have way more than just Facebook messages. They have her car on video, they have audio recordings, and they have a GPS location tracker that came standard on the car she bought.
I seen the same
No, I'm
thing.
talking, I got a audio,
Okay.
you know, of it. So,
Then it was, oh, somebody just smoked a jet, somebody in the silver car, somebody in the black car, somebody this, oh, somebody just pulled up. Then I was in the store, oh, it was chips, somebody had something to do with it. So how does all this come down on me? Because
your
I don't
car
know.
was positively identified by more than 2 people being there. That whenever you took off out of there, and you got to realize that there's video cameras. Everybody got cameras now. The biggest cameras are with the dopers, right? A lot of dope in Mayfair, right? A lot of cameras in Mayfair, correct? Okay, well, your car was positively identified and seen on video when you left out of there from Trenton at a high rate of speed with your headlights off, and you turned and you went south on Northview and then took a right on Madison.
Oh.
Yes.
and you know the thing about it is,
Yes.
remember this. All right? Let me give you a little word of advice.
Okay.
That car that you paid for has GPS on it. So, you saying that's not true?
This GPS evidence proves Shantaria was exactly where the murder happened at the exact time it happened. Multiple witnesses identified her bronze Kia Forte fleeing at high speed with no headlights, the behavior of someone running from a crime scene. Surveillance cameras captured the car's route as it sped away
Damn,
on
bro.
Trenton Avenue. And the GPS tracker?
Damn,
because she's still making payments, logged every turn, every stop, and every movement from 9:54 p.m. when Shay messaged, "I'm on Trenton," to the moment they arrived back home. Shantaria claimed they got spooked at a gas station and left. The evidence shows she was at 1001 Trenton Avenue when Jaquan was shot.
No. I told y'all I was there, but I didn't, like, nobody out of my car shot him. Then y'all
But you
saying
also said you weren't
I
there.
dragged. Okay, that's because I was scared, and I admitted that. And
Well,
that
it's
was
time to
only
get
one
over it.
time. Like
It's
when I
time to
told
be-
y'all, okay, we was all at home at night playing cards. Okay, we got over that.
Okay, it's time to get over all of being scared and let's be a woman
But
about this.
I
How old are you?
am.
How old
Me,
are you,
I'm
Senator?
20.
Okay, it's time to be an adult. It's time to be a woman, and let's own up to some
This-
mistakes that we
what?
made.
I understand that, but I'm not about to say that I killed nobody. Like, that's crazy. I'm not, because I didn't.
But
And it's
you-
like y'all
th-
saying,
this-
once
this is
somebody
the
got the
deal.
car,
Whether
it's
you-
3 girls.
whether
Where
you-
did one of us get a gun
It's
from?
easy.
It's, yeah, but
just,
who?
just as that popped up on there about somebody needing gas, somebody may need some fire. That's it.
You don't think that you could go right now and get fire, get some heat out of the damn Dogwood Place Apartments?
No, it'll be hard for a
crazy
girl,
as
but
hell.
if I want to get some weed or something, yeah.
So no, not. I ain't saying. He's saying you killed him, all right. But I'm saying either you or the 2 others in your car, y'all were all 3 together, all right. Whatever went wrong, whatever went bad, okay, with that.
Oh, they trying, boy.
As if you pulled the trigger or you didn't have a gun at all, because the only salvation is to come forward to the to law enforcement and say,
Oh, they trying.
"This is
But
what happened."
when that night, that'll make me feel like, okay, well, you're calling, you're saying something just went bad. I don't know, maybe I should have called y'all.
Yeah.
After hearing whatever, but no, because
Okay.
no.
So you're
It's
gonna.
just-
So you're
When
sitting
you
here and
call,
you're
you
gonna
would
tell
feel
us.
like the finger's on you, like it's your fault, like you in trouble. Like, and I watch TV a lot. I watch First 48 all the time. I see this all the time. I hear it all the time. I know the first thing I did wrong was tell y'all I was at home. Of course I was gonna do that because I'm scared and I'm young. And then now you telling me that my boyfriend who just took my car while I'm asleep in the fucking bed with his tells y'all, oh, I just killed somebody.
Yeah, because see, we found the car where he was at. with a couple other guys.
So he had other people in my car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, actually, as luck of the draw, I walked up to him. I said, "Hey, cuz, let me talk to you, man." I said, he goes, "What's this about?" I said, "Well, this car right here is involved in a murder."
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Well, that's my lady's car." I said, "Oh, no. So it's involved in a murder." And he said, "Can we go somewhere and talk?"
And then he said that I told you and my mom. So then why don't y'all just talk to my mom? Because that's a lie right there.
Watch how quickly Shantaria shifts her story when confronted with GPS proof. She goes from, "We left before meeting him," to, "Okay, we were there, but nobody shot him." But the physical evidence doesn't lie. Witnesses saw the car flee. Cameras tracked the route. GPS confirms the timeline.
Who shot him, Chad?
Dion talked. And her broken rear window matches exactly what happens when someone is shot from inside a vehicle. But the final nail in the coffin will come from Shay.
So, I understand.
Oh.
All right, so he gets in the car. He gets your money.
Because-
He don't want to give the product up. He's like, he said, "Give it up," or he tried to rob all y'all.
He was like, "Give it up." And I don't know if he said anything to Keenan, but I was just like, give up what? Like, all I came out the house with was $50 for my weed. Like, what makes you think I'm gonna have anything more than that on me? And like I said, like he act like I'm like, you need to give my, $50 back and you just go. Like, cause you're not gonna give me the weed. Like, ain't no need for us to sit out here and do this. He just didn't want to give me the weed, and I just was like, damn. And next thing you know,
he didn't try to grab it and take off and run.
He grabbed my money, and then it's like he was
Give
trying.
me bad, Chad. I wasn't trying to egg this long.
Before
I made a mistake.
I hit him.
You're gonna figure it out though.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
You busted him one time.
I hit him. I did. I'm
Right in the mouth.
It was, and it was like I can still see the hits, cause it was just right there. Like I just was hitting him, and he tried to call himself hitting back or grabbing towards me, and next thing you know, bang bang.
Cinnamon. She shot. Where'd she get the gun from?
I'm not sure.
Kevin. Or Dion, excuse me. What kind of gun was it?
Honestly, sir, now right hand on the Bible. If it was right here, I don't know guns. I don't.
Okay. Well, are you familiar with when I say a cowboy gun? A cowboy gun is like well, it's got the wheel in it that you got it turns. It's what they call a revolver. And then you got the kind that you see mostly on TV, like in the kind of the police carrying everybody. They rack the slide back. Mm-hmm. Those are called semi-automatic. Is it a gun that takes a clip and a slide, or is it one that only holds 5 or 6 rounds and it has a wheel in it?
I want to say probably a revolver.
Let's see, just to make sure we're talking right here.
Bro, no, he get her down, bro. He getting her down. I play stupid.
And of course, this is all different kinds of guns, but just to give you an idea, they come in all different size. That's a revolver. It's got the kind, the cylinder in it that spins around, and then that kind's a semi-automatic. Here's another one, like another little pistol, and then a revolver type.
It was one of them little baby, the little silver one.
Like a little snub nose. Yeah. What color was it?
I think it was like a black handle. It was just.
Was the metal on it black also, or was it chrome or blue?
Yeah, it was the metal on it was black.
The metal on
it.
Wow, she is singing. She's singing.
I heard about 3 shots.
Hey.
Back in Shantaria's interrogation room, hours have passed. Her story has changed flavors, but her denial hasn't. But detectives have just finished with Shay, who confessed and named Shantaria as the shooter. They have Dion cornered. Now, they're walking back in with all the cards on the table.
You give us any more thought?
A lot of thoughts.
What do you have?
What do you have?
Huh?
Well, you know who all we had in here, right?
Yeah, everybody that was in here. I heard Dion over there calling my name, like he didn't just tell y'all I killed somebody.
And we got Shay in here.
Yeah, that's my cousin. I'm sure you will have her. And you got Kima by now.
So
she ain't got no car. We had to give her a ride.
72, just in case you want to know what apartment she's in. But anyway, we talked to them, and we think we got the story. And we're gonna give you one more shot, to be honest, and tell us what happened, because we know everything that happened now, and why you guys were there. But we're gonna give you one more shot to tell us.
Here we go, chat.
If you want to stick with what you already gave us, then so be it. But we really think that
This is mad crazy. Oh,
It's like not a lot more to it, but
no, it was fast.
yeah. Well, can I go home? I won't be able to go home.
No, ma'am, you don't want to go home.
And she's not either.
Who? Kim and Shay.
Nope.
Crazy.
It is crazy, but unfortunately, it happened.
Hey, it's nothing personal against y'all. Like you.
It is what it is, sweetheart.
It was done. Like I said, we could hit a reset or pause or go back. I mean, I know you wouldn't heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? I know you wouldn't heartbeat.
So with that being said, this is your only shot, Cinnamon. So I'm gonna need you to be honest. Like I said, we sat down there and we talked to Shay, who came up, and Dion. I already told you what Dion said, so you know what this is going. Everybody's gonna miss.
Because nobody wants to get in trouble. I'll take the fall.
It ain't taking you taking the
It is because.
Well, I mean, they riding with you.
They going.
I mean,
y'all all gonna be charged with the same thing.
Shantaria clearly knows the jig is up, that her accomplices are talking. All she can do now is sit back and take the blame.
All right, well, how about this? After the incident occurred, what happened happens. What happened to the gun then?
I don't know.
It just disappeared?
It did. I didn't do nothing with it.
Somebody, what you say, somebody got rid of it.
Did Kima take it to get rid of it?
No. Me, Kim, and Shay stayed right there with each other.
Did Shay take to get rid of it?
No, Shay.
Did you give it to Dion to get rid of it?
No.
Did you give it to Ryan to get rid of it? Is it still inside your home?
No.
Well,
what kind of gun was it?
I don't even know him. I really like familiar with him.
I know it was a revolver.
you just feel she's lying though. For real.
Revolver is. You seen the cowboy kind? You know, the gun that has the cylinder.
No.
And then you got the square gun.
Like the police and everybody racks it and all that crap.
So.
Like that. Sweet. I mean, not exact, but that's one. That's a revolver, and that's a
No, it was like smaller than a black one.
Yeah, I know. It's all
So
small.
is what happened. Because I'm sure Kima is like probably pissing on herself. We did go to get the weed or whatever. And of course, like y'all know, I don't want to go to jail. Like, nobody, like you said, wasn't intentional. He did. Like, he tried to fight Shay. And
This is stupid.
after he already had our money. And no, it wasn't fake money. We had real money. So he started reaching and he just like was trying to come in the car. Like he would not get off the Shay. So I did shoot him.
How many times?
I don't know. But I know it was like 3.
He was actually sitting behind Shay
No.
in the back seat.
No. It wasn't inside my car at all. It was that fast. That fast. Like, that's why I didn't understand why he was calling from private, and then I got sketchy, and then when he came up to the car, he had his hood on. We had never seen him before. And then Shay gave him money, gave him weed, then he reached back and tried to grab the weed. And so Shay was like fighting him. And I was like, just let her go, just let her go. So then I was trying to pull off, and he would let her go. So I shot him. And it was like a warning shot, like, let her go. And he was coming further into the car. like he was coming at me, and then I shot him like again, and then he just fell.
The confrontation worked. After hours of denial, Shantaria breaks completely. She admits to the shooting. She admits to firing 3 times. And she confirms every detail that Shay just provided. The money, the struggle, the gun. But she's trying to frame this as self-defense, as panic, as protecting her cousin from a robbery. Shantaria now has 2 choices. Stick with her self-defense story and hope a jury believes her, or recant and claim police pressured her confession. She goes with the latter. Approximately 1 hour after admitting to shooting Jaquan 3 times, after describing exactly how it happened, she changes her story one final time.
I think you told us the truth to the best of your knowledge.
No.
No.
That's what I was just telling him.
Huh?
That's what I was just telling him.
That's what you were just telling me?
No, the other guy.
Did he come here and ask you the same question?
Kinda. So I told him that I lied.
You lied about what?
A lot. Like, kinda like the whole story.
Why? Do you...
I just think it's in my best interest to get a lawyer because I feel like I'm being pressured. I feel really, really scared. Like,
Anybody pressures you.
I feel pressured. Like, period. There's no way around it. I'm scared. I'm young, and I just want to be out of this situation. Like.
Okay. That's fine. And that's your right. But you're being charged with second-degree murder with a firearm. Okay?
Fuck you. It's not funny, but it's just like he said this is like, man.
She confessed on a recorded phone line.
We getting this done to you, so
that only the shooter would know. Her reversal attempt fails immediately, and she's charged with second-degree murder with a firearm. Shantaria Jones was arrested immediately following her interrogation and charged with second-degree murder with a firearm. Her bond was set at $700,000. Shaylin Yeldon was charged with accessory after the fact to second-degree murder, with bond set at $300,000. Dion Nettles, despite his hours-long meltdown in the interrogation room, was also charged with accessory after the fact for helping clean blood and shell casings from the vehicle.
No.
His bond was set at $300,000. The prosecution's case was overwhelming. Facebook Messenger records showed the entire transaction being arranged in real time. GPS data placed the car at the murder scene. Witness statements identified the fleeing vehicle at high speed with no headlights. And most damning of all, 2 separate videotaped confessions from Shantaria herself, including one on a recorded police phone line where she admitted to her boyfriend that she shot Jaquan. Rather than face a jury trial, all 3 defendants accepted plea deals. On sentencing day, Circuit Judge Joel Bowles delivered the consequences. Shantaria Jones was sentenced to 15 years in state prison for manslaughter with a weapon. Shaylin Yeldon received 4 years in state prison after the fact to second-degree murder. Dion Nettles was sentenced to 8 years in state. Jaquan Berry was 19 years old when he was shot 4 times in the upper chest, over $60 and a bag of marijuana. 3 young lives destroyed. 1 family, all because no one had the courage to walk away. Do you think Shantaria's self-defense claim holds up, or was this just a drug deal gone wrong? Let me know in the comments, or to subscribe and like the video.
Well, look, chat, I definitely appreciate y'all coming through. Kind of went over the time I wanted, so yeah. I'm Offski. Iron. The city needs me. So yeah, I'ma fuck with you.